Evanston basketball is live on the radio at KNYN 99.1 and online at mylocalradio.com. Catch the Red Devils all winter long on your exclusive home for Evanston sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mountain West Business Solutions, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, McKay Frankham, Uinta County School District No. 1, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Ellingford Brothers, Legal Tender Restaurant at Dunmar Inn, The Lumberyard, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Bear River Dental, Superior Rental and The Gun Room, T-Bar S Body Shop, West Star Printing, Pet Mineral Labs, Trona Valley Credit Union, MyLocalRadio.com, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Kazine's, Seavers Jewelers, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Flex Fitness. With the opening tip approaching, let's head courtside for pregame coverage.
Welcome to Red Devil Gymnasium. First time this year, and first of 6 times I believe we get home games this year, maybe 7. 62-36 the score on the boys JV game, and this is the first time in quite some time that a boys JV game has actually happened on Red Devil Gymnasium. They're always happening over at EMS. Not today. Did girls JV game at 2:30, boys at 4, and here we are right at 5 p.m. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Red Devils running away with the victory over Lyman on the JV side of things. Girls scheduled to tip at 5:30. We'll be about on schedule for that, and then of course the boys capping off at 7. We'll look ahead to that next. This is the First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Tip-off scheduled for 5:30 p.m., and we're right about on schedule, just a minute past 5. About a half hour is usually what we try to plan that pregame for, and the boys' JV game in the fourth quarter looks like today will be about on schedule. Yesterday things were running a little bit behind in Mountain View, and unfortunately for the boys, so were they. Evanston's boys lose to the Mountain View Buffaloes in overtime, and the girls win in the front half, 30-26 the final score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And they did that, Evanston did, by taking care of exactly what they needed to. They took a team averaging 54 points per game in Mountain View and cut that in half. Mountain View scored just 26 points and had no three-pointers in the second half. They had 3 in the first. The Buffs didn't really help their own case, though, as they shot the game away to the tune of 2 of 13 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter alone. For the Lyman girls, McKinley Bradshaw, and Lyman was going up against Thunder Basin last night, and she hit a pair of threes to climb back against Thunder Basin. And down 3, she was fouled behind the three-point line with 25 seconds left and could have tied it. She made the first, missed the second, made the third. So Thunder Basin went on to win by 4. McKinley fouled out a possession later, trying to get a steal with Mountain View, or with Lyman down by 2 points to Thunder Basin. Lyman has something, obviously, that Mountain View doesn't. A Division I basketball player headed to the University of Wyoming in McKinley Bradshaw. Last year's matchup between Evanston and Lyman was a thriller with a pair of Bradshaws on one end. And on Evanston's side, you had Emery Wagstaff, Taylor Grohl, and Haley Barker. The Eagles came away with a win that came from behind in the fourth quarter. This year, Evanston does not have a dynamic scorer like Wagstaff, and Lyman is missing McKaylee Bradshaw with a torn ACL. She did that back at the opening tournament of the season. The Devils were able to slow down a Mountain View offense, but trying to stop a locomotive like Bradshaw in full swing is a horse of an entirely different color. On the boys' side, well, Evanston lost in overtime, like we mentioned, to Mountain View, and they had to play the entire second half without point guard Garrett Berger. most of the second half and overtime without wing Seth Lloyd. Berger picked up a taunting technical as time expired in the first half, and Lloyd faced foul trouble most of the game, picked up his fourth midway through the third quarter, sat, and then came in early in the fourth quarter, picked up his fifth, and was sat down not too far into the fourth quarter. Mason Ellingford was supposed to be on a minute count. I asked Coach Cornea today how many minutes was that planned to be, and he said about 15. Mason Ellingford ended up playing about between 30 and 32 minutes, considering the overtime period added 4 more in yesterday's game. At 3-7, Evanston needed anything to go their way, and I think that's why you saw Ellingford out there so much, because he was making a difference on the court last night. Lyman on the other side is there in search of win number 3 after being swept away by the number 4 team in the 4A, Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin's been on a tear all preseason long with just 2 losses. Their only in-state loss is to Evanston, and that was by 20 points at Flaming Gorge. And I'll tell you what, as the season progresses, that game becomes more of a head-scratcher when put into context. Because if Evanston can blow away a team playing as well as Thunder Basin has been, then when will those Red Devils show back up? We'll come back with a standout student, Karsten Hayrand, a senior at EHS and a member of the speech and debate team at Evanston High School when we return, and then we'll get back into sports coverage. Evanston tipping off against Lyman on the girls' side, scheduled for 5:30. The boys at 7 p.m. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talk to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry. Just let T-Bar fix your car.
I have Karsten Hayrand, a senior at EHS and a member of the speech and debate team. You take a little bit of a different route than my last guest that I had on from the speech and debate team, Alyssa Lichty. She's a debater. You are a little more dramatic. Explain that to me.
Well, I also do theater, so I found speech and debate with their acting. It was a lot of fun to do, and it was a lot more of my personality. I like to be an actor, and I like to entertain.
What are your events?
I do humorous interp, dramatic interp, duo, and oratory.
Which one is your favorite, or which ways does each one of them hold a special place in your heart?
I would say humor and oratory are at the same level of my favorite. Humor because I really like to be humorous and outgoing, and oratory because I had almost gotten to nationals last year with my oratory, and it was really like a big thing for me. So,
what are your pieces in first on the dramatic side? We'll get to oratory a little bit later.
Okay. My humorous piece is 7 Ways to Say I Love You. It's just a bunch of like scenes of people, hilarious scenes of people like doing dumb things to say I love you or whatever. I haven't picked a dramatic piece yet. I'm doing that this week. And my duo is about Hera trying to find a partner. Like, I think a Viking goddess. I don't know. It was my duo partner who picked it. He was going to use it for a humor, but we decided to do a duo for it instead. So,
when you're doing a duo interpretation, you have, of course, 2 people, that being the duo, and you're playing off of each other. But playing off of each other can be a little bit difficult at times because there's one rule in this event that makes it a little bit difficult to do. You can't look at each other. So when you're doing something like that and you're trying to play off of each other, where are some hang-ups when you can't look at each other, and how do you try to work around that?
So a lot of the times it's really strenuous when you have to, when like in the scene you should be looking directly at them in the eyes. And so some of the things to get around that is to like look over their head or to look beside them or have yourselves like offset so you aren't looking at each other, but you're making it seem like you're looking at each other to the audience. And it's pretty hard to achieve.
I had only ever seen that as something that, okay, it's an added-on rule. I don't understand why. Do you know the reasoning for the rule being implemented?
In interp events, you're not allowed to have a prop, looking at your partner would count as you having a prop. So to get around that, you can't look or touch your partner.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Let's move on to oratory. You have to pick a topic, you write a speech, and then you present it. What was your topic this year?
This year I'm doing teacher wages, like how much a teacher makes and the issue with like their low pay, and that we should make it better, and what problems it causes for the students and the teachers and our society in a whole.
What different resources did you go to find research, or what have you drawn upon for that speech?
I have talked to teachers, some students, and I have done research online about the issue. The reason I did it was because I watched this video that was giving all of these statistics on all these facts and telling these teachers' stories about how hard it is for them to have a life with a family. And so I decided I would do a speech on it because it genuinely made me upset.
Have you looked at or incorporated, or even if you haven't incorporated, have you looked into any of the recent teacher strikes that have happened in different states to look at different perspectives?
I'm planning on incorporating that into my speech. Right now it's in an early stage because we are just now kicking off the season, starting going really hard. I don't know how to explain that, but I'm going to be adding those because those are really important, because standing up is really a part of the solution to help teachers, and that's really helpful when they go on strike for them and students.
You mentioned that the season is kind of just getting kicked off, and in Evanston and all the schools that you compete against, you guys are asked to do multiple events throughout the season. You've said that you've had some pieces picked out, some you're still working on, some you haven't decided on yet. Throughout a season, how many events will you compete in a given meet, and do those events change from meet to meet, which ones you're doing?
So at most you can do 4 events in a tournament, which is really it's a lot. Some people don't take their piece because they don't think it's at the right spot yet. Right now we're really starting off because we just got out of novice season, so now the novice are going to compete with the varsity, and that means we're going to have more tournaments and we're going to be doing more, and some of us kind of aren't ready because it's really hard to get going when you're also trying to help the novices, but now we're all trying to get going onto it. So I would say at most people do at least 2 events in a tournament.
And you have, I think you mentioned 4 or 5 events that you are working on. What's the most you'll do in a tournament?
The most I'll do in a tournament is 5. I have my 4 main, the humor, drama, duo, and oratory, and then there's also an event called Impromptu that isn't at every tournament, but I'll do it because it's fun, and it's really a good way to learn how to write speeches fast.
How do you manage your time in one meet to do that many events?
I honestly don't know. It's a lot. This year is the first year I've done 4. I usually only did 2, but I really wanted to go hard, so can't wait to find out how to manage my time.
Well, good luck with that. Karsten Hayren, senior with the EHS Speech and Debate program. Good luck this season.
Thank you. I can't wait to get to nationals, hopefully.
Well, we hope so too. Karsten, thank you.
Thank you so much.
No matter what season of the year it is, when you live in our neck of the woods, you need outdoor power equipment. With quality product lines like Stihl, Toro, and Walker, Superior Rental and Sales has what you need for every season. Everything from homeowner to professional grade products. Plus, when it comes to maintenance, you're covered. Our full-time mechanic is available for tune-ups, maintenance, chain sharpening, whatever you need. Stop in today, Superior Rental and Sales, 371 Prospector Drive, here in Evanston.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com today.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazine's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazine's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazine's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
When we return, we will hear from head coach of the Lyman Eagles, Jason Hansen. I caught up with him earlier this week. Coach Hansen is not here today. He's in the hospital with an emergency appendectomy. Something's going around here. Coach Barker had that earlier in the season. I know that's not contagious, but it's crazy to have 2 coaches in games Evanston's involved with have to miss it. Off to the hospital. I'm told he's doing all right, getting taken care of. So instead, it's Dale Anderson, assistant coach, in charge of the varsity girls for Lyman today. Lyman and Evanston about 10.5 minutes away from the start. Coach Hansen, when we return on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
I've got Jason Hansen, head coach for the Lyman Eagles, off of a rare loss on the season, and man, what one to kind of just put behind and forget about. But you do get to see Douglas early, and you knew they were going to be a tough team. They were just as tough last year. So was it positive, negative, somewhere in between seeing them this early in the season?
No, it was definitely a positive. It was good to see them, even though they kind of kicked our butt. We get to see what we need to work on to get better and kind of move forward, and hopefully we can put this behind us. I felt we did, because in the second day we played a team that wasn't beat, and we were able to beat them, so that was good.
You also got to see Buffalo, the team you were just referencing, and that's going to be another very good team on the east side of the state. As a whole, getting an east-west tournament-style look at teams early in the year, what does that do for you before you head into the conference season as you'll then look ahead to March?
Being able to see the 3 best teams over on the east side kind of gives us a barometer of where we need to be over here on the west side, and with us and Mountain View probably being 2 of the better west teams, I thought we fared pretty well. I know Mountain View kind of got beat up by Douglas too, but in the first half they played right with them, and we're about the same caliber as Mountain View, so.
When I was watching the first half, and I watched just about all that game of Lyman and Douglas, and it seemed that your team was more spastic out on the court and making decisions a little quicker than I'm used to seeing them. I'm sure that was a large credit due to what Douglas was forcing you into those, but you said it's something that shows you what you need to work on. So coming out of that game, what was it that you needed to work on?
Yeah, we do need to be able to slow ourselves down. They forced us into a lot of quick shots. A lot of our offense runs through McKinley, and she didn't get very many touches in that game, and that's kind of rare for her not to get touches. But other players do have to step up and make shots. We were 10 for 48 from the 2-point line, and you can't win against a good team shooting 20%. So.
Last year, you got your players back kind of healthy-ish at certain points of the season. Then another one would go out, and then you get one back. And you were hoping coming into this year that you'd have all your players healthy, and, of course, that didn't quite happen. And when you lose a girl like McKaylee in the middle, it's not something that you can replace, but how does it change the way that you approach a game with your team?
You can't replace McKaylee Bradshaw. It's just the way she plays and her level of intensity and just the kind of character she has. But you hope that you can find 3 or 4 girls that can fill some of the jobs that she does. So, moving forward, we had to change a little bit of what we do offensively and defensively with her not being there. She's a 15 to 20 point per game player, and so you got to find other ways to score, and she's great on the press when we press, and so we haven't been able to press as much this year, so we have to play more in the half court.
You mentioned so much of your offense comes through and goes through McKinley. Do you see many junk defenses like a box and one going against her, and have you prepped the players to say, hey, this is going to happen and here's what you have to do when you do see it?
Yeah, every weekend we see something different that we have to kind of adjust to, whether it's a box and one or sometimes they have 2 girls guarding her. And so other players have to make shots. I mean, that's what we talk about, you can't be afraid to not shoot, and you got to be willing to score. So.
All right, Coach Hansen, we get this once a year, all inside Uinta County. Good luck to you going forward the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think appreciate it. Should be a good game between us and Evanston. They got a great team. So.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Uinta County School District Number 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uinta County School District Number 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uinta County School District Number 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
Getting close to tip-off, about 3.5 minutes away as Donna Bruce comes by and checks everyone out. Make sure we're all set. Appreciate her. As let's hear from Coach Jeremy Fessler following yesterday's win over Mountain View.
Joined now by Coach Jeremy Fessler following a 30-26 win over Mountain View. You hand Mountain View their 5th loss in a row. And I said if Mountain View starts getting 3 balls, kind of like how Star Valley did, then we're in trouble. If it stays a low-scoring game, then advantage goes Evanston. Not only did it keep it low-scoring, did you get some turnovers, but I don't have the count here. That felt like that was your best ball-controlled game on your side of the season.
Yeah, it was until the fourth quarter. We got a little hectic there, and we told them in the first half, pass faking, bounce passes, stuff that we haven't been doing, that we've really been stressing in practice. And I think you're right. I think it was until that fourth quarter we got a little hectic. But that's to be expected in an environment like this. Certainly didn't finish like we have in other games that we've got, because we finished 4 close games and we finished well. We missed 8 or 9 free throws at the end, and then we didn't box out twice on their free throws, things that we typically do. But very proud of, we had a game plan. We watched film. We knew what they had, and we knew each player, and we switched everything. So not only did whoever was guarding the girl need to know, but when we switched it, the other girl had to know what she was doing. And so all the girls paid attention, and we practiced it this week, and they performed it to perfection. To hold that team to 26 points, just proud of the girl and their defensive effort.
Corey DeRue picked up her 10th 3-ball of the year. As a team, you're up to now 14. Coming into this game, there was 2 girls from Mountain View that have hit 17 apiece just alone. Long ball shooting certainly hasn't been scoring as a whole. It had to be low scorers. But for Mountain View, they had 3 3-pointers in the first half, none in the second half. How did you feel about your defense closing out on their shooters and trying to take away shots from them?
Yeah, there was 2, number 1 and number 4, that we were focused on. They did not get we said no shot for these 2. They're both shooting 33%. And so, they hit a couple in the first half, but just defensively, the communication, we lost a couple where they got wide open threes where we didn't switch, but it was only 2 the whole game. And so there's something to be said with scouting, and then the girls, buying into the game plan and then completing it.
Could you believe it sometimes what you were seeing with your eyes with girls pulling up, shooting, and what was happening was what happens in practice? They were making them nothing but net. Natalie Robbins had some really good pull-up shots. Aja had her shot on after all the struggles we've had of getting open shots, but them just not falling for one reason or another. It seems like we got a little bit of a break today, and all their practice was finally going like how they planned.
Yeah, we've been shooting a lot. Natalie's been struggling, but, she stayed positive. She's been real good the last 2 weeks about staying positive, and AJ hit some open shots today. We do at least 4 or 5 shooting drills every day. So hopefully, if we can score more consistently, which once again, if you look at the score 30, we could have scored 12 more points there at the end in the last 3 minutes alone. And so we're getting there.
Yeah. Didn't get to the line too much today, a little bit in the fourth quarter. Free throw shooting, like you said, still need to get that better. You were helped out by the fact that Mountain View shot 2 of 13 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, so that was always something to work on. And tomorrow, you got a great atmosphere here tonight. You're sure to have a good one tomorrow when you have Lyman coming into Red Devil Gymnasium.
Yeah, first home game of the year. They're going to see a player that's going to the University of Wyoming. Probably that gal from Sheridan who was pretty good. She's playing at Arizona State. I can't remember her name.
Robbie Ryan.
I think this girl is better because she's bigger body-wise, and she can do all those things. So that's my opinion, but you're going to see that. So come out and support us. We'd love to have you come out to Red Devil Gymnasium and support our girls tomorrow, 5:30.
Yeah, things don't get easier for you on the girls' side. You mentioned you got McKinley Bradshaw coming in. Headed to the University of Wyoming. Later on this year, we'll have to go up to Cody, but you got Paige Powell.
Another one.
Headed to the University of Wyoming. A couple years ago in the preseason tournament, you had Robbie Ryan. Impact, didn't even redshirt, just came out and was a 6-man right away. Robbie Ryan out of Arizona State, now a second-year starter there. And then go back a couple more years, and you have a 4-year starter, Kaylee Johnson, that went to Stanford and started for 4 years. So we seem to attract some really good talent and have to go up against it. It makes your players better, though.
And then the Cody girl transferred in this year.
Yeah, she's supposed to be 1A.
How would it be to get a couple of transfers in like that,
Yeah, work on that. Coach Fessler, well, you got to win. That's all that matters.
That's right. Good win. Good win.
7-4. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Starting lineup time almost ready for the opening tip. Clock says 5:29. Hey, we got an almost exact time for the scheduled tip-off here at Red Devil Gymnasium. First time we're here this year, not the last. We'll be back next Thursday for an Evanston matchup against Green River. This is the final non-conference game of the year, and what a matchup we have. Getting announced in the starters at the moment for Lyman McKinley Bradshaw. Just talked about her, headed to the University of Wyoming on a full ride scholarship. She's nothing new to Evanston as a foe. Been playing her for years. She's been going off for years. Has a season high of 44 points so far. That was at the Flaming Gorge Invitational on day 2. She holds the record at Flaming Gorge for most points. Other starters for Jason Hansen's crew, headed up by Dale Anderson today. Nicole Peden is a junior. Spring Yagi, a senior. And actually, Nicole Peden comes off the bench today. Olivia Smith, a junior, starting in place of Peden. Senior McKinley Bradshaw, Bryce Hansen, a freshman, and Casty Nelson, a senior. Nelson wears 12, Hansen 2, Bradshaw 14, Yagi 10, and Olivia Smith is 15. On to the Evanston Lady Red Devil starters. Senior point guard Kaylin Hyatt. On the wing spots, it's senior Corey DeRue, 4'11", wearing number 3, leading the team with 10 three-pointers on the season. Natalie Robbins, the other wing, wears number 23, also a senior. Hannah Sowers wears number 34, plays power forward, and is a junior. And at 5'11", a senior, post with a game-high 12 points last night in the win for Evanston, 30-26 over the Lady Buffaloes. Ajahana Archuleta. Ajahana leads the Red Devils in scoring so far this year, coming into the week at 8.5 per game and 7 rebounds, leading no question for the girls for Lyman McKinley Bradshaw. 18 points per game, nearly 19 per game, 7.5 rebounds, and here is where things could get tricky. 6 steals per game. Nelson and Ajahana at the center court to tip. One by Lyman, and it's Olivia Smith going right side to McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw had 8 points in the final minute in yesterday's loss to Thunder Basin. Drives baseline, leaves her defender in the dust, goes up easy to McKinley immediately on the scoreboard. DeRue to Archuleta. A press on for Evanston for Lyman defending Evanston. Stolen away by Bradshaw. Skies up with those long arms. Goes right side and into the hands of Olivia Smith. It is 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lyman over Evanston. Stifling press all the way across causes a 5-second call, and things could not start much worse. 32 seconds in for Evanston. Down 4-0 and Lyman possession with an inbound on the baseline. Inbounder is Olivia Smith. Has Yagi to her left, Nelson and McKinley in the paint. Now 5-second clock ticking, over to the far corner. Goes down low, looking down to Bryce Hansen, a freshman for Lyman. Hansen has it at the top of the key. Still not a minute gone by, but already 2 field goals. Bradshaw with 1, Olivia Smith on the other, coming assisted by Bradshaw. Smith at the free throw line. Has the ball poked out by Archuleta. Gets it back to Bradshaw. She dribbles right, then to the left. Dishes off left side. 3 up by the freshman Hansen. Misses off front iron. Rebounded by Nelson. Bradshaw streaks in. Goes into the blocks. Knocks it off the head of Hannah Sowers. Sowers picks it up, and Evanston with their first steal of the game. Natalie Robbins will throw it ahead. Looking for Kaylin Hyatt. She can't handle it, and it goes into the hands of Olivia Smith. Lyman in the blue jersey from right to left. And Smith runs right into Corey DeRue for a foul, charging foul on Olivia Smith. Evanston in the home white jerseys moving from left to right. High energy win in yesterday's game, even though the score didn't show it. Evanston holding Mountain View to just 26 points is less than half of their season average. Press broken for the moment. Kaylin Hyatt takes it across, still streaking up for the layup. Off the glass and down. Kaylin Hyatt goes coast to coast for the score. 4-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bradshaw taking it across. Pressure on for Ajahana Archuleta. She takes it across the timeline, gives it to Hansen, the freshman, guarded by DeRue. Moves all the way over to the left side, picks up her dribble. Up at the top, 10-foot volleyball line, Bradshaw has it. Bradshaw to the left, Hansen, floater, off the glass, misses short. Natalie Robbins on the board, turns and runs, then throws over far sideline to DeRue. DeRue surveying the scene, jetting around left to right, backs up, slows up a little bit. 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. 4-2 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Far sideline to near sideline. Hyatt over to DeRue, back over to the corner. Robbins skips it to Hyatt. Finds Sowers on the right block. Sowers, drop step, dribble in. Hannah Sowers had 4 points in yesterday's contest. She had the first two, and she had the last two. 4-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. This Evanston program does not have the high-powered scoring attack it did a year ago, but what they have done better this year than last is pressure teams, force turnovers, and be patient in their systems. 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 4-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Hansen picks up her dribble against DeRue, throws up to the wing. Backdoor cut. Smith, 2 steps off the glass, falling. Assisted by Bradshaw. She caught it high post, saw the cutting Olivia Smith, and blew right past her defender with the little no-look pass on the bounce. Throw across to Hannah Sowers. Sowers still behind the timeline. Dishes off to Corey DeRue, who takes it across. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Natalie Robbins to DeRue. DeRue has Yagi on her, giving her some space. Goes over far sideline to Hyatt. Then back to DeRue. 10 three-pointers on the year. They're going to try to open up DeRue at some point in this game for a couple of shots. Will be tough because Lyman's pretty long all the way around. In the blocks, Nelson goes down to her backside as she got tripped up. That allows Natalie Robbins to throw up a corner shot uncontested, misses it short. Lyman in transition with possession, moving from right to left. Final non-conference game of the year for both of these teams. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bradshaw, tasked with setting up the offense, goes away from the screen to the left, pulls up from 3. Misses a little bit long, but that will not be the case all game long. Bradshaw is a spot-up shooter. She can score inside, outside. She can dish it off, steal the ball, block, and rebound. Hyatt on the baseline, drives in, gets hand-checked. Offender on that play, Bryce Hansen, the freshman. Second team foul for Lyman. Inbound for Robbins. Throws up high over the head of DeRue, but you can go back and grab it, which is what DeRue does. DeRue takes it across. Zone look. That's nothing new against Evanston. That's pretty much what they see all the time. Hyatt, 25 feet away from the basket. Far sideline to Corey DeRue. First substitutions coming in for the game for Lyman coming up. We will have Nicole Peden and Mandy Air checking in at the next dead ball. Robbins takes it baseline, spots up. Good, nothing but net. Didn't even use the glass. Natalie Robbins with the bucket. 6-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston tied with Lyman. Bradshaw has it near sideline. Throws over up to the top. Olivia Smith to Hansen. 3.5 minutes gone by. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bradshaw on the block. Turn around off the glass. Perfect. She was off-centered, off target, but the perfect bank shot in by Bradshaw. She's got 4. 8-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. We have a foul. Bryce Hansen picks up her second foul. Would imagine she's headed out. She does move out of the game along with Cassidy Nelson. Nicole Peden into the game along with Mandy Air. We mentioned that for Evanston. A couple of subs in. Sierra Burley checks in as well as Zosha Novakoski. Inbound to DeRue. She takes it across. Squirts through a couple of defenders. Down low in the blocks. Now backs up on the baseline. 3-12. She's open. She shoots. No good. Loose ball rebound. Chased down and won by Spring Yagi. Yagi on the left wing goes down to the post through the hands of Peden. Peden working to the right, picks it up high post, dishes up top. Bradshaw head fakes, fading away from beyond the arc, no good. Olivia Smith outboards Corey DeRue. She goes up for a shot. DeRue gets her on the hands and shots for Olivia Smith coming up. Olivia Smith, a 67% free throw shooter on the season, averaging just under 10 per game. .251 left in the first quarter. Misses the first. Second falls. 5 points for Olivia Smith on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and Lyman leads at 9-6. Evanston's Corey DeRue takes it across the timeline, right wing to Sierra Burley. Burley back to DeRue. Looks far sideline to Hyatt. Kaylin works to the top, picks up her dribble, terminates, and goes to near side DeRue. DeRue dribbles in, gives it off Hyatt. She takes off on the baseline, loses her dribble, trapped, working through, bounce pass to DeRue. DeRue works around to the top, paint shot rejected by Bradshaw. Burley gets it back, throws up a wild one, no good. Forward into the hands of Kaylin Hyatt. Goes bank, doesn't ever hit the rim. Bradshaw running, 2:10 left. Crosses over to her left, finds Spring Yagi open for three. Bank shot not open. Olivia on the board, also not good. And Mandy Air over the back of Sierra Burley on the rebound with her first foul. Junior picks up her first. Team foul number 4 for Lyman. Pressure relinquishes a little bit in the full court for Lyman. Hanson and Nelson set to check back in if the next dead ball. Burley to DeRue. DeRue at the top, bounce pass to Hyatt. She drives in, a step inside the three-point line, misses long. Bradshaw skies up, grabs the board with one hand, turns, and starts to run down the court. One-hand throw over to Air. Baseline, throw into Hyatt. And it was rejected by Archuleta, stolen away. Looked like she was getting it in the passing lanes of maybe Olivia Smith in there, and Archuleta knocked it away. Loose ball down to the ground, last touch by McKinley Bradshaw. Evanston basketball in their half court. Natalie Robbins back into the game. She replaces Kaylin Hyatt out. Nelson and Hanson back into the contest. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Evanston down by one possession. 9-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Burley head fakes back to DeRue over to the right wing. Robbins was good offensively and decisive in crucial moments yesterday. She was the recipient of the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the game. Down low, and Archuleta was wide open in the blocks, and then all of a sudden she wasn't. Bradshaw came out of nowhere. Behind the back dribble across the timeline. Drives to her right, steps back, gets a little bit of offensive space. Still backing up, now to midline circle with 42 seconds left in the first. Bradshaw may be playing for one shot here. Just resetting the offense. Picks it up, Hare throws to wide open Bryce Hanson. No one there. I'd say she backdoor cut, but there was no one to backdoor there. Hanson with her first two of the contest, 11-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 19 seconds left. DeRue dribbling at the 25-foot line. Over to Natalie Robbins, 14 seconds left. Robbins holding on as the defense is back. Clock at 10 seconds, 9 seconds, puts it on the ground. Crosses over to the left, finds DeRue, head fake into the paint. Outside Burley, 3 seconds left, looking for someone. Robbins has to throw it up at the buzzer, no good. 11-6 after one quarter. When you play for one shot like that and wait so long to attack, yeah, the other team doesn't get a chance, but also sometimes you don't really get a good chance, and that's what Evanston was facing there. They trail by 5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard at the end of one quarter. Amber Lowe will see her first time coming in to start the second. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Hello, Miss
Miss Susan Siamese Cat?
Dr. Dog, I'm here because my perfectly shiny fur has lost its shimmer, and I don't have the energy I did as a kitten.
Miss Susan Siamese Cat, I recommend that you start taking the Feline Daily Multi-Chews from PetMinerals.com immediately. Your good health isn't a yarn ball to play with.
Dr. Dog, you always make me feel better.
Log on to PetMinerals.com today and get your feline supplements ordered today.
Welcome back to Red Devil Gymnasium. Start of the second quarter on the girls' side of things. Zosha Novakoski catch and shoot. 15-foot jumper good to start the quarter. And Zosha gives it 2 points for Evanston to make it 11-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 11-6 at the end of one quarter. McKinley Bradshaw had 4 points. Olivia Smith with 5 to lead the way. On the court for Lyman as we start the second quarter. Down low, Hansen catches and shoots in the blocks and shoots right over Corey DeRue. Hansen has her second bucket. And for Evanston, that's going to be a matchup nightmare if that continues. DeRue is getting posted up by Hansen. Down in the corner for 3, Natalie Robbins misses a little bit long. Zosha tries to time the board, gets a hand on it, knocked out of bounds, and goes Lyman's way. 13-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lyman leading Evanston. Air gets a screen from Hansen across the timeline. Gets into double coverage over on the trap. Drive down. Hansen takes it. 12-foot floater. No good. Bradshaw. No, Nelson trying to get the board. She does. Cassidy has it. Mid-range on the baseline. Back up top to McKinley. Bradshaw resetting for Lyman. Second possession for Lyman. First one resulted in an easy bucket down low. Cassidy Nelson gets it in the blocks this time, guarded by Novakoski. Over to the right side. Hansen unguarded. All 3 of Bryce Hansen's buckets have come basically unguarded. One on a backdoor cut. Last one overmatched by overmatching DeRue, and that one she wasn't even guarded by anyone. Minute 40 gone by, 15-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. DeRue, free throw line shot, has to shoot it up high to try to avoid the long arms of Bradshaw. Misses. Amber Lowe puts one up. Bradshaw comes in, picks up her first foul. Upset. She doesn't like that one. She mouthed something to her coach on the sideline. 2 shots for Amber Lowe. Amber Lowe has not gone to the free throw line a whole lot this year. Just 2 of 3 from the stripe. First free throw is too long. Free throw shooting been a problem for the Lady Red Devils this year at times. Most recently at the Star Valley Shootout and yesterday against Mountain View. The reason it didn't hurt them in the win against Mountain View is that the Buffs were just as bad. They were actually worse. They shot 2 of 13 in the fourth quarter alone from the stripe. Amber Lowe good on the second. Score 15-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. No pressure on from Evanston. They all head back. McKinley Bradshaw out of the contest. It's Smith, Hansen, Air, Yagi, and Nelson on the court for Lyman. Right side, Hansen open on the wing for 3. She passes it up. Goes to Smith, back to Hansen. Up on the wing. Dribbles into the free throw line, backs up. Taryn Wagstaff guarding her into the game for the first time today. Ball poked out by Robbins. A clean steal away from Nelson. On the run, looking for numbers. May or may not have it. Finds Novakoski. Goes off her hands and out of bounds, though. Ball back to ball back to Lyman. Hannah Sowers checking in. Who for, though? For Archuleta. Coach Fessler calling chaos off, so they've got the press on for the Devils. Time to employ it with Bradshaw off the court. Lyman does have very solid ball handlers all the way around, though. Air breaks it, throws it over the hands, and out of bounds. Last touch by Bryce Nelson. Air broke the press and then picked up her dribble halfway in behind the court, halfway in front, 1 foot on either side, and then tossed up a wild lofter. Taryn Wagstaff across the timeline for the Lady Red Devils. Amber Lowe on the wing. To the left side, Wagstaff skips it down low to Robbins. She got knocked, no call there, just out of bounds. Mandy Air got a hand on the ball. Possession stays with Evanston. Robbins inbounding to the blocks. Novakoski immediately has it poked away. Picks it back up, finds Sowers, high post, back to Robbins on the wing. 5:08 left in the first half. Evanston down by 6 points and a time to attack with McKinley Bradshaw sitting on the bench. She won't have many breathers throughout this contest. Novakoski over to the right wing. Then it is Taryn Wagstaff. Picks it up on the elbow. Robbins catches, dribbles out behind the three-point line, spins around at the free throw. High dribble, no carry called. Here comes Bradshaw checking in at the scores table. Low tries a short pass down low to Novakoski. Goes under her legs. Battle and jump ball called. Possession arrow with the Eagles, I believe. That is the case. Nicole Peden and Bradshaw both in. Replacing Aaron Hansen. Novakoski out of the game. Archuleta back in. 4:41 left in the first half. Bradshaw, one-hand heave-ho baseball pass across the court. Throw down to Yagi, or from Yagi to Olivia Smith, stolen away from Evanston. Archuleta running the fast break. Drives in, bounce pass out to the corner. Amber Lowe, one step. Blocked from behind by Bradshaw. Clean call there. Bradshaw, one-hand pass up ahead to Peden. She turns on the left wing, finds over to the right wing. Shot by Smith. Misses long. Smith gets her own rebound, drives into the block, dishes out right side. Bradshaw, catch and shoot. Still can't find the range from distance. Nelson on another offensive board. Misses her putback attempt, and Natalie Robbins upset, pulling down the rebound and ripping it away and out of the hands of Peden. Then Amber Lowe across the timeline. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. 15-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston scored 3 points to Lyman's 4 in the quarter. Trying to work against the press. Wagstaff taking her time, finding Robbins on the corner from beyond the arc. Skip to the right side where Amber Lowe usually likes to catch, get a little hop, and then shoot it up. She was out of system there, so she passes it up. Wagstaff back to Lowe. 3:35 left on the clock. Robbins comes down to the corner, throws down post, looking for Archuleta, and there's McKinley once again. Averaging 6 steals per game. She's well on her way to getting that again. Bradshaw behind the back dribble, turns around, finds Yagi on the corner. 4-3, still short. Lyman without a three-pointer in this game. On the year, they're 49-51, a 32% team as a whole. That's pretty good in girls basketball, led by McKinley Bradshaw at 38 and Spring Yagi at 42. Yagi's not looking in her sorts so far. Timeout taken by Evanston, then the Red Devils trail 15-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
30-second timeout has us back underway at Red Devil Gymnasium. The homestanding Lady Red Devils of Evanston down 15-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy board to the intra-county rival Lyman Eagles. Right corner, Sierra Burley into the game. Bounce passes up top to Taryn Wagstaff. I don't think Wagstaff attempted a shot all game last night. Just passing it around and playing defense. That's kind of what the role she's been in so far in today's game as well. Trying to facilitate. Bradshaw pokes it out of the hands of Archuleta. Wagstaff picks it back up, maintains possession for Evanston. Sowers out on the corner for 3. Ball deflected. DeRue keeps it inbounds on the sideline. Evanston down to 2:35 left in the first half. Down by 6. Taking their time on this possession. They've nearly given it away twice, though. Wagstaff bounces outside to Corey DeRue. She's guarded by Spring Yagi. That's tough defending. Or for her, she's given about 7-8 inches up at least to Spring. Ball knocked out of bounds on a 3-ball missed and attempted by Taryn Wagstaff. Loose ball, last touch by Lyman. Evanston with the baseline inbound. Sierra Burley looking up high for Archuleta. Instead goes back behind the timeline for Wagstaff. She wisely picks it up after it bounces behind. It doesn't risk an over and back call. Bounce pass to DeRue. Wild one over to the corner. Archuleta baseline drive, nearly rejected by by Bradshaw. A little bit of contact on her arm there, nothing called. Referee's letting him play. Peden up ahead, step through a travel. No, a foul called before that. She took 3 steps, but Peden will have a foul down on the ground. No shot. That's just the second team foul for Evanston. Also the second on Corey DeRue, though. Caitlin Hyatt replaces DeRue. Inbound to Nelson, catch and shoot from 8 feet away. No good, over the back call. Burley got offended by Olivia Smith. Jumped right over Burley's back. Smith's second, team foul number 6. You can get a couple of fouls here. That's a chance for Evanston to get some easy scoring opportunities if they can convert. Bryce Hansen, the freshman, sets up to check in, as does Mandy Ayer. Throw down to the post, looking for Archuleta. She can't hold on to it. She was being fronted by Cassidy Nelson. The pass in was a little bit low. Nelson knocked it up, and Archuleta was the last to touch it as it went out of bounds. Step baseline. She was trying to save it. McKinley Bradshaw inbounding. Olivia Smith out of the game. Nicole Peden also out. Kaylin Hyatt guarding Ayer on the right side. Tight on her, gives it off Bradshaw. Near sideline, takes it across. Bradshaw throw down low. Hansen for 3. Down! First 3 ball of the game comes from Bryce Hansen, who's 21%, now 11 of 48 on attempts this year. Gives Lyman a 17-9 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hansen, unexpected scoring leader for Lyman today. On the year, she's averaging about 7 points per game, so she certainly can score. Burley throws up a 3, banks in! 17-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Sierra Burley banks in the ball. Hansen catches it, high post, gives out corner to Yagi. Yagi to Ayer on the right wing, behind the line. 51 seconds left in the first half. Hansen tries another, same spot as the last, misses short. Hannah Sowers comes in with a tough rebound. 45 seconds left as Evanston takes it across. Taryn Wagstaff with 40 seconds left gives it to Hyatt. Hyatt over to the corner. Burley tries another 3. Oh, it nearly went again. Loose ball rebounded by Spring Yagi. Throw ahead from Bradshaw to Hansen. 2-on-1 advantage. Step through. Misses front iron. Gets her own board. Knocks it out of bounds off the foot of Hannah Sowers. 27.3 seconds left in the first half. Lyman basketball leading Evanston by 5. Baseline throw in. Ayer drives in. Runs over Archuleta. Charge. Team foul number 7, but it's offensive, so no free throws for Evanston. Mandy Ayer with her second. Walk across by Hyatt. Oh, double dribble nearly. Wasey Lim, the referee, was right there, and he said it was legal. Play on, 10 seconds left. Wagstaff to Burley. Try another one. This one from just inside the three-point line, misses. Baseball pass from Bradshaw to Hansen. Throws it up at the buzzer. Banks, misses long. 17-12 at the end of 2 quarters on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lyman leading Evanston on their home court. Home opener here at Red Devil Gymnasium. Halftime coverage coming up next. We'll get you set for the boys contest and recap, give you scores for the first half. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
The Lumberyard in Evanston, Wyoming is your local IFA dealer. The Lumberyard has tons of animal feed lines and accessories to help with your farm and ranch. Since 1923, IFA has worked to manufacture and distribute the highest quality products to the agricultural community. The Lumberyard has partnered with IFA to develop product lines based on customer need. We won't sell you something that doesn't make you successful. Visit us online or at the Lumberyard today, your local IFA dealer, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Welcome back to Red Devil Gymnasium halftime here, and it is 17-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Lyman leading Evanston. Lyman, top 5 team in 3A, and they'd be probably pushing for a top 5 spot in 4A as well. There's some very fine teams in 4A, but they took Thunder Basin to the wire yesterday, losing by 4 ultimately, and had a chance to tie it with about 25 seconds left. McKinley Bradshaw hit 2 out of her 3 free throws, so they went down by 1. And then Thunder Basin, I think, hit a 3 ball. No, they got fouled. Went 1 of 2 from the line. Lyman missed a shot. It was a 2-point game. McKinley Bradshaw came in from behind, tried to get a steal, got called for a foul. That was her 5th, and that was kind of the end of the game. I think Thunder Basin got 2 more free throws, and then that was it for the contest. But Thriller taking Thunder Basin, a team that's only lost to a school out of La Jolla, San Diego, California, that being Thunder Basin. They've had a very tough schedule to start the year, and they've done well with it. Last year, a state semifinalist as a first-year school. I believe that was the first time ever that's happened at the 4A level, but you got to realize they're in Gillette. They're in Campbell County, and they got a lot of the young kids that would have been Campbell County Camels, the team that did win state last year. So a little bit of an asterisk on that first-year school, but it's first-year school, now a second-year school nonetheless. Lyman showing well. McKinley Bradshaw with 4 points on the first quarter. She's been adding up some blocks, some steals, and assists, though. And Bryce Hansen with 9 points, leading the way for Lyman. 5 points for Olivia Smith. Those are the 3 who have scored for the Eagles. On Evanston's side, 6 have scored, and none more than once. 3 points for Sierra Burley. She's 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. 2 points for Zosha Novikowski, 1 for Amber Lowe. Those are the 3 players who have scored off the bench. For starters, Kaylin Hyatt has 2, Natalie Robbins with 2, Hannah Sowers with 2. Ajahana Archuleta, leading scorer for the Lady Red Devils, at about 8.5 a game, maybe 9 now after yesterday's contest where she had 12. Still held without a point, and that's by design. Lyman is shutting down Archuleta quite well offensively, and that's just not even allowing her to get in position for a pass. Halfway through this halftime period, let's take another break and come back. Look ahead to the boys' game next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
2.5 minutes before the start of the third quarter. Coming up after this girls' game, the boys will play Evanston and Lyman. Lyman 2-9 on the season after a big loss to Thunder Basin last night. Yeah, Thunder Basin came to Lyman. Hey, new school. They're saying, we'll play, we need a schedule. And Lyman was around, so they were already headed to Star Valley. Thunder Basin was, and they said, you want to play? So they picked up that game. Evanston 3-7 after a loss last night to Mountain View in overtime. That game was tied at 48 at the end of regulation. And then at the overtime period of Mountain View ended up with a 64-59 victory. Led with 11 points in the overtime period by Braden Walk, who was held to just 3 points in the first 4 quarters. He exploded and hit his free throws. Speaking of free throws, that game got to overtime because Colby Reese was fouled at the buzzer, essentially, by David Baxter. Was behind the arc. Mountain View was down by 3. Made all 3 free throws. He even had a timeout, a full timeout in between the first and the second and third. Tried to ice him. Didn't work. Reese was clutch last night. Big note for Lyman. Andrew Housekeeper, the junior point guard for the Eagles, is not available tonight. He had a concussion last weekend, was missed last night, not going to be into tonight either. Leading the team in three-point shooting, 18 of 56, and scoring 12 points per game as well as assists at 3.3. It's a big miss for Lyman. On the Evanston side, they'll have everyone, but Mason Ellingford will again not start. He was on a minute count last night. It kind of went out the window. He played about essentially a whole game, probably about 30 to 32 minutes that he played last night. Seth Lloyd fouled out last night. He'll be back. Garrett Berger had a technical in the end of the first half, so he had to miss the whole second. He's back. So Evanston was down 2 starters basically at the end of the game. That's all gone. You get a reset, and Mason should be pretty good. Dawson Crofts will be in the starting lineup, I'd imagine, again today. He had a team-high 16 points for Evanston. We'll have to see what is in store. You know, Lyman's a team that's been struggling, but so is Evanston. It was a great game last night at Mountain View High School. Expect very likely possibly the same in this late game. The girls have had a good one so far. It's 17-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Teams back out onto the court, and the third period begins. Kaylin Hyatt has the ball. Evanston moving from right to left in the home white jerseys. Corey DeRue open for 3, steps inside, though, and misses it. Rebound goes off the hands of Sowers. Hyatt takes it, gets partially blocked up in the air, and Archuleta had a hand on the board, can't grab it. Spring Yaggy is overthrown on the transition pass. Kaylin Hyatt chases it down, gives it off to Robbins. Straight up the middle, over and across the timeline. Corey DeRue has it on the left wing. Dribbling in against the zone, calling for some movement from the rest of her offensive mates. Hyatt back to DeRue on the left wing. Looks for Robbins, but she can't really get it over the long arms of Spring Yaggy. Back to DeRue. Quick defense closing in. Hyatt on the right wing. Over to the corner. Robbins fires from 3. It's up high, misses short. Sowers and Archuleta fight for the board. Archuleta goes up, Gets blocked apparently by Olivia Smith, and it's Lyman basketball. 1 minute gone by. McKinley Bradshaw running the offense for Lyman. She loves that one-handed pass, throws it down low to Nelson. No good. Smith had hands on the board. We got a foul maybe? No, just out of bounds. I don't know where that came from. It looked like it was hit out by Hannah Sowers. Wasey Lim was right there. Yeah, he corrects it. I saw it hit off a Lyman player, and then it went off the hands of Sowers, and he immediately called it Evanston way. There was a conference, and it's back in the hands of Lyman. That's the correct call. Over to the corner, McKinley to Smith, over to Hansen. From beyond the arc, she hits it. Feet on the line. 19-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 2 more for Bryce Hansen in double digits. 11 points for Hansen. Press on for Lyman. Evanston throws it across the timeline. Archuleta stolen from behind by Bradshaw. That's steal number 5 or 6, I'd say, for her. Up high, Bradshaw open for 3. Fires, rolls out. Board goes off the hands of Robbins and then off the head of, I think, Sowers. Out of bounds, stays with the Eagles. Hansen leading the way, scoring for Lyman with 11 points. Inbound to Bradshaw, guarded on the corner by Archuleta. Back to Smith. Down low, Hansen. Face guarded by Archuleta. She gets hands on it, knocks it out of bounds. The ball stays with Lyman. Bradshaw takes the inbound. Heard Coach Fessler say do not switch that. I think they want to keep Archuleta on and in front of Bradshaw. She throws it down low, that being Bradshaw, deflected by Archuleta. Smith into the paint. Bradshaw has the ball ripped out of her hands. Archuleta picks it up. Jump ball called, though. That's Lyman basketball. Evanston started with possession. Arrow will switch on the inbound. Clock working. 5 seconds. 4, 5, right there. And a throw in just in time to Bradshaw. Olivia Smith can't handle the entry pass into the post. Knocked out of bounds. Back to Evanston. Full on press for Lyman. 5:50 left in the third quarter. Hyatt's trapped. Spins around, goes up the near sideline. On the run, Bradshaw reaches in. Foul. McKinley's second foul, I believe. Yes, she picked up 1 in the first quarter. Robbins for a long 2, misses long. Sowers swipes at a rebound attempt. Olivia Smith wins the battle, though, for Lyman. Off to Bradshaw, taking it across the timeline. Lyman's basically been running with 7 players today. Down in the blocks, catch and shoot. Yagi can't get it. Loose ball. Down on the board is Yagi. Bradshaw, jump stop. Ooh, no look pass. Probably should have been a travel. Nothing called. Yagi skips it over to the right wing. Hansen throws into the post. Turn and shoot. Olivia Smith finds the soft iron to fall. 22-12, 21-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Smith with 7 in the game. DeRue runs past Bradshaw. 3-on-1 advantage to Sowers off the glass. No, a little bit too long. Sowers down with the board, but falls to the ground. It's tied up down low, won by Hansen. Throw ahead to Smith. Olivia, double team, throws it across, over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw looked to attack, backs up instead, and sets up into the half court. 21-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Smith down low to Hansen in the post, and again they're abusing the defensive mismatch against Corey DeRue. Inbound to DeRue, she can't handle it. Timeout taken by Coach Fessler just before a possible turnover. 23-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston being outscored by Lyman 6-0 in the quarter. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back to Red Devil Gymnasium. 4:24 left in the third quarter, and Evanston trailing 23-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Bryce Hansen has 13 points, leading the way. All but 10 of Lyman's points, more than half of their total offensive output. And that has come, at least half of that, in a mismatch. Down in the blocks, Hansen, the freshman, v. Corey DeRue, the senior. And DeRue, not much she can do standing at 4'11". If she gets caught in a single coverage in the blocks. Interim head coach for the day, Dale Anderson's realized that, and they've worked that offense well to an 11-point lead. Evanston basketball going from right to left, down to the corner. Robbins on the wing, back to DeRue, left wing, big screen from Zosha, pass off to Hyatt. Robbins can't handle a pass, partially deflected by Bradshaw. She said she wanted it the other way on the pass from Hyatt. Ball out of bounds and turnover Evanston. Hansen taking it across, far sideline, behind the back dribble. DeRue nearly got hands on that to steal it away. Out to the corner, down low into the blocks. Nelson with space, goes sideline to sideline. Yagi up top to Bradshaw, step back, just inside for three. Bradshaw with the athletic move, 25-12. That's her first point since the opening quarter. She's been running things defensively, though, and of course playing point guard for Lyman in this game essentially. Kind of plays that LeBron James position. What do you need me to play at the moment? I'll do all five in one possession. Two players coming in at the next dead ball for both sides, Evanston and Lyman. 3:18 left, 25-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Baseline catch and shoot, Archuleta misses. And boards chased down by Spring Yagi. Lyman back in possession. Hand off to Bradshaw. She takes it across at 3:05 left in the third. Throw ahead to Yagi on the corner, up top to the right wing. Hansen guarded by Hyatt. Dribbles with her left hand, spins around to the right. Hyatt tight on her, throw down to the corner. Nelson looks away from Yagi. Being defended in the post and fronted by DeRue. She misses the open shot. Rebounded by Archuleta. Aja turns and runs. Straight up the middle of the court. Left hand to the right hand, over to the right side. Swipe through up top. DeRue open for three. It's her first chance of the game, and it falls. 25-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Corey DeRue 1 for 1 from beyond the arc, but they got to get her a few more possessions and shot attempts there, and it's not an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of ball screens. In that case, she was, Lyman, a little out of system. DeRue didn't waste any time, took her shot, and it rolled down. It was never a question of when it would fall, or if it would fall, just when. It took a while to actually roll down that bottom. Bradshaw dishes out right side. Yagi wants a three in response, can't get it. Over the back, rebound by Smith. Down to the ground, her and Robbins tied up. Possession arrow, Evanston. 2:05 left. Quarter number 3. Timeout taken by Dale Anderson of Lyman. We'll be back in just a bit. Again, 2:05 left in the third quarter. 25-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy board.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
30-second timeout over. 25-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Lyman with the lead over intra-county rival Evanston. Evanston, the home team, and this the home opener at Red Devil Gymnasium. We'll be back here next week with conference play against Green River, and then in Star Valley on Saturday. 2:05 left in the third quarter. Like we said, the press has been pulled off by Lyman, content with a 10-point lead. Lyman abusing play in the post and exploiting mismatches as they see fit. On the court for Evanston, a few substitutions. Amber Lowe and Zosha Novakoski back into the game, as well as Taryn Wagstaff. Catch, turn around, drive into the base, or drive into the free throw line, shoot, miss by Amber Lowe, and the rebound from Lyman. Bradshaw surveying the scene as she crosses over the timeline. 1:45 left in quarter 3. She calls Bryce Hanson to go down low. Off the dribble, behind the back. Step and pick up on the left wing. Throw down to the corner. Hanson has it guarded by Lowe. 1:30 left in the third quarter. Hanson into the blocks. One dribble, drop step. Smith backs up. Misses hard off the iron. A foul called over the back. Loose ball on either Peden or Smith. It's on Nicole Peden going over the back of the would-be rebounder. Peden's first. Team foul number 2 for Lyman. Whistle blown, and substitution given for Lyman. Not sure the reason for that, unless maybe they just were too quick to blow it in, so they couldn't get a sub in, and so that might have been the case. On the court for Lyman, Bradshaw, Peden, Smith, Ayer, and Yagi. 1:13 left. Low bounce pass, turnaround, left-handed block shot by Zosha, rejected from Bradshaw. They tumble down to the ground, and it's tied up back Lyman's way. Zosha was trying to avoid the jump ball because she knew they didn't have the possession arrow. She's just shaking her head after that one. Upset, getting rejected, and then not being able to rip the ball out of her hands. Bradshaw inbounds to Ayer. Ayer thinking about taking it across, then goes near sideline with pressure in for Bradshaw. Races right through a double team, then dishes off to Smith. Takes the ball, thinks about a shot, instead goes over to Yagi, still trying to heat her up from distance, no good. Smith rejected from behind, but Archuleta whistled for the foul. Smith to the line for her second time today. Went 1 of 2 from the line in the first half. 51.3 seconds left on the clock. Quarter number 3, and a 10-point lead for Lyman, looking to expand that. Shot up by Smith, rolls out. Third quarter has traditionally been Evanston's worst. Fourth quarter in most of their games has been their best. 0 for 2 trip from Smith. Burley down to the ground as she gets the rebound, and it's out of bounds. Burley just got tripped up on her own 2 feet, I think. Back to Lyman, 48.3 seconds left. Smith inbounds to Ayer. Up top, Peden. Down low to Bradshaw. Duel between her and Archuleta. Bradshaw wins it. Dribbles out behind the three-point line. Through the legs, out to the corner. Behind the back, dribble into the blocks. If she makes that, that's just not fair for anyone. McKinley Bradshaw behind the back from all the way around the court. Just drove right in, and then knocked it in from a bank. Bradshaw with 8 points in the contest. Travel called against Amber Lowe, and a momentum shifter indeed. That shot by Bradshaw. That's one of those Robbie Ryan type plays where, if you remember Robbie Ryan back when she played for Sheridan, there'd be some things that she did that, it just wasn't fair. No one else on the court can do that. It should be illegal. Well, it shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with it, but man, it's just not fair out there when she's going like that. Hand check off the ball against Bradshaw, I believe. That would be her third foul. No, it's 2-0. I know it was on Archuleta offending Bradshaw. Bradshaw headed to the University of Wyoming. Robbie Ryan, currently a junior and a starter at point guard for Arizona State. 5 seconds left in the quarter, 27-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Down low in the blocks, turn around, Bradshaw, good. That's how the third ends, 29-15 the score. Bradshaw up into double digits. And Bryce Hanson leading the way for Lyman with 13. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
If you haven't seen the huge selection of furniture and appliances at Kazine's, you've got to stop by. Is your mattress old and lumpy? We sell mattresses.
Has your dishwasher quit doing its job? We carry a full line of kitchen appliances. Does your living room furniture look like it started out in your great Aunt Vi's house? We've got you covered. At Cuisines, you'll find great prices and everything you need to furnish your home inside and out. Stop in today. Cuisines, 800 Front Street, Evanston.
29-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston basketball down by 14. The boys coming up next. Lyman and Evanston on the boys' side, both desperately seeking a victory, struggling early on in the season. Lyman at 2-9, Evanston at 3-7. Natalie Robbins has it, gives over to Taryn Wagstaff, joined on the court for the Lady Red Devils by Burley, Novakoski, and Lowe. Drive in, elbow shot, misses it, and Natalie Robbins gives up the shot, missing, and Olivia Smith on the board. McKinley Bradshaw on the rebound, takes it across the timeline. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lyman slow up a little bit. Also wouldn't be surprised to see him push and try to, Coach Fessler would say, step on the throat and end this game now. Missed shot. That's on the attempt by Mandy Ayer. Robbins on the rebound. Quick ahead. Amber Lowe up against Peden. A block foul called for Peden. 2 free throws for Amber Lowe. Peden's second.
Foul starts with number 1, Nicole Peden. That's her second.
Peden got stepped in front of her defender. It was close before the shot. And the referee said she just was not set. Lowe misses the first. Evanston scored just 3 points on 1 make in the third quarter. Lyman, conversely, had made 6 field goals. Just 1 from beyond the arc for Lyman today. That by Bryce Hansen. Second free throw, no good. Lowe 0 for 2 from the line. Free throw shooting's been an issue for the Lady Red Devils. They won last night 30-26, and if Mountain View had made half their free throws, Evanston probably comes away with a loss in that game, but they shot just as putrid, 2 of 13 in the fourth quarter. Lyman in possession of the basketball. Home blue are the road blue jerseys going from left to right. Bradshaw drives around right side, dishes down low. Ayer turns and fires, shoots over the basket. Robbins on the run for the Lady Red Devils. 1-on-3 disadvantage, so she backs up, gives it off to DeRue. Squirts into the free throw line, out low, end of the corner. Burley drills one inside the three-point line by a hair. Sierra Burley on the make. 29-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston down to Lyman by 12. Fronting and coming up with the steal, Zosha. She's got McKinley from the behind. Misses the free throw. And good defense from behind by Bradshaw. I'm not sure if she knocked that one out a little bit and just kind of rearranged Zosha's shot, or if Zosha was moving just a little bit quicker than she would like. Those game-time fast break free throws become a whole different game than when you're in the free throw line and everything's so slowed up, easy going. Bradshaw, guarded by Robbins, gives up top. 6 minutes to play. Bryce Hansen has it. DeRue comes away with a poke out. Tries to save it from moving out of bounds, but cannot. Lyman with the basketball back. Line change for Evanston. Archuleta, Hyatt, and Sowers back in. Novakoski out. Robbins out. Lowe out. 5:53 left on the clock. Evanston down by 12. Hansen inbounds to Ayer. Mandy goes to her right. Finds Nelson on the wing. Fakes down low into the post up top. Bradshaw, step back three. Good! Nothing but net by McKinley Bradshaw. 32-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. She could not find her range to save her life in the first half from beyond the arc. Kind of held off for a long time in the third quarter and then now finds it. She's been getting that shot to go a little bit in the third quarter, had 6 points. Throw ahead from Bradshaw to Ayer, and a rejection. Career block number 2 for Corey DeRue, and it's Evanston, not Evanston basketball. She knocked it off the body of Ayer. Corey DeRue had 1 block last year. She has 1 block this year at 4'11". She's shaking her head, still smiling after that. I didn't know if she'd be able to match her block total from a year ago, but there you go. DeRue on cloud 9, passes from the left wing over to the right wing, then to the corner. Wagstaff dribbles in, out to DeRue, fires from 3, misses. Bradshaw skies over Archuleta for the board. Tosses up ahead into the hands of DeRue. Can't turn around in time though. Yagi to Nelson. Outside air. Drives past her defender. She gets fouled going up. 2 shots upcoming for Mandy Air. .453 left on the clock. 32-17 after all that from Corey DeRue. Got momentum a little bit back in Evanston's favor. There's no offense that resulted out of it, and Lyman's back to the line. Jump shot free throw by Mandy Air is nothing but net. Nicole Peden checks in for McKinley Bradshaw. Up 16 points. Wonderful to see her again. Olivia Smith wants to check in, I think, for the shooter. Yes, it is for the shooter. One more free throw coming in, lane violation. No, I'm wrong. It's not for the shooter. It's for Spring Yagi. Lane entry by Evanston. Didn't catch the number. Gives another free throw. Air sets up, and no good. Burley, no Wagstaff on the rebound. Across the timeline herself, bounce to DeRue. Head fakes from 3, steps in, mid-ranger, misses long. Archuleta gets the board, wants to go up with it, misses on the other side of the basket. Rebounded by Olivia Smith, racing up the sideline, shaded by DeRue. DeRue and Wagstaff trap on the near side. Hanson down low, Archuleta tumbles to the ground as she reached in and grabbed the pass away from Nicole Peden. Ball stays with Lyman, 4:30 left in the quarter. And the game, 33-17. Inbound to Mandy Air. Natalie Robbins on the bench, getting set to check back in. Nelson on the wing, throws down low, over the head of DeRue. Ball goes loose, Amber Lowe saves it from heading out of bounds. Olivia Smith steals away from Wagstaff. Down low to Peden. She shoots, point blank range, no one in front of her. 35-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Nicole Peden with her first bucket today. 4 minutes, halfway through the final quarter, and the lead is only extending. No sign of Bradshaw coming back in, and she honestly may not need to. It's an 18-point advantage. Catch and shoot. DeRue misses. Goes through the hands of Sowers. DeRue fouled as she picked up the loose ball and went up for a shot. The question is, do they call it on the ground or in the shooting position? Foul called against Cassidy Nelson. And no shot. Inbound instead. That's just foul number 4 for Lyman. First on Cassidy Nelson. DeRue the inbounder. Archuleta comes into the blocks, wants it. They go off her. Mid-ranger to Natalie Robbins. Finally, something for Natalie. Her first bucket since the opening quarter. 35-19 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Ball knocked out of bounds, and Evanston forces a turnover on the inbound. It was a foul instead. I think a moving screen. Ball back to the Lady Red Devils, down 16 points. Mandy Ayers out of the game, so here comes McKinley Bradshaw. That was the answer to the question of will we see her anymore tonight. It'll be her last appearance at Red Devil Gymnasium. DeRue up high, big shot, floater by Corey DeRue. DeRue with 5 in the game, and those floaters, she so often gets blocked because her timing has to be absolutely perfect, combining finding the space and then a quick release. 35-21, jump stop. Peden is hacked by Archuleta, and oh, she's down, holding her head. I think she may have landed on the gym floor with it. She's getting up. Not sure if it was an eye poke or she hit the floor. She's walking to the free throw line. She's all right. May have a knot on her forehead. I think that may be the point of contact. Talking to Archuleta, laughing about it. Either an eye poke or a forehead slap, something like that. Maybe an elbow there. Might be her right eye that she's not wanting to open. Yeah, I think she got poked in the eye. And do we have a technical? We have a technical on Archuleta. What for? The two players were smiling, joking back and forth.
intentional foul was called.
No, an intentional foul. That's okay, not a technical, an intentional foul. And they're saying Archuleta intentionally wrapped around to cause the contact. So that was the discussion. Intentional foul called on Ajahana. All right. Free throw made by Peden. They get one free throw. Peden comes out and ball goes back to Lyman. Archuleta's third. Peden with 3 points. Inbound to the blocks. Oh, McKinley skies over the defense. Moves around in the air and makes it from about 4 feet out. 38-21 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Bradshaw with 4 points in the first half. Robbins with a wild three. Barely hits rim. And a foul on, I think, Archuleta. No, that's on Lyman. Maybe against. Olivia Smith down in the blocks guarding Archuleta. Smith's third foul. 2:58 left in the game. Inbound for Evanston on the baseline. Throw up high. Amber Lowe catches it. Like I said, Bradshaw had 4 points at half, 6 in the third to make it up to 10, now up to 15 in the game. Just a bucket below her season average of 18.8. Missed shot for Evanston. Ball back in the hands of Lyman. Hansen gives off to McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw trapped on the sideline. Throws over far side to Hansen. 2.5 minutes left. Down to the corner. Cassidy Nelson turns and shoots. Misses short. And Corey DeRue had the board. Lost it off her knee. Out of bounds. 17-point advantage for Lyman. 38-21 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Taryn Wagstaff out of the game. Replaced by Kaylin Hyatt. Inbound goes to Bradshaw. Far side, Hansen bobbles it, picks it back up, takes the screen from Smith, goes to the trap in the corner. Smith has it. 2:15 left. Boys game coming up after this contest. Lyman is pulled away on the girls' side. Bradshaw finds Nelson wide open in the blocks. 2 more on the board. 40-21 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Cassidy Nelson, not a big-time scorer, more of a post-defensive presence, but she gets her first bucket of the day on the season. Nelson averaging 4.5 per game. DeRue for 3, misses short, picks it back up on the loose ball rebound, down to the blocks. Archuleta against a double team, skies over it, misses the board. Rebound to Hyatt, off the glass and good. Kaylin for 2. 4 points in the game for Hyatt. 40-23 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Do we have an off-the-ball foul? No. Not sure what was going on there. Just a whistle blown. Stays with Lyman. 1:37 left. Press on for Evanston. Down 17 with 1.5 minutes to go. 50-50 ball. Olivia Smith wins it against Hyatt. Throws out to the corner. Yagi, baseline, down low. Nelson back to Yagi. Wild on the baseline. Yagi wins it. Back to Bradshaw. 1:25 left in the game. Again, 40-23. Lyman's run away with a great second half here. They led by 5 at halftime, 17-12. They've more than doubled that total in the second half. Meanwhile, Evanston's been held to just 11 points. Wholesale change for Lyman. Oh boy, get out the roster here. Is that 20 or 21? The hair's in the way for that one. Got all 5 new players, I think. Charlie Rose is out there. Hadley Gross coming in. Rose has it. Out to the corner, fired up shot, missed. Rose comes up with the board. Actually, that's Gross with the board. Sierra Heaton, number 21, coming into the game. Mandy Ayers comes in as well. She's been in throughout the contest. And then the final player that we have is Hope Sinnott. All new players for Evanston as well. Maggie Moore's in, Bailey Porter. Let's see who else we got here. Well, either way, Rose has it. Deflected by Maggie Moore down to the final minute. Got some players wearing different jerseys, I think. Sinnott with the shot, no good. Rebounded. Lyman holds on to possession. Back to Gross. Gross to Air on the right wing. 45 seconds left. Tiana Pearson for Evanston. And I said Porter, Moore, and Olivia Martin, along with Wagstaff. Missed pass and out of bounds. Charlize Rose had it. Threw it away. Back to Evanston. 30 seconds left. Wagstaff takes it across, drives into the free throw line outside to Porter. Down to the corner. Olivia Martin back to Porter. Porter loses it in the air, grabbed away. Sierra Heaton on the steal there. Gives it off to Gross. Gross dribbles right side. Wagstaff comes away with a steal, and then Gross fouls her. Team foul number 6 with 9.6 left. Just about to our final score here on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lyman with a victory today. It advances on to 9-4 on this season. Evanston will fall to 7-5. Porter at the buzzer for 3. No good. 40-23, the final on the Impact Physical Therapy board.
Tonight's final score.
Take a break and come back, give you our scores, and then set up for the boys' game coming up shortly on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
Welcome back. Post-game here at Red Devil Gymnasium. Post-game for the girls' game. The boys is 20 minutes away. They put 20 minutes up on the clock as, hey, wow, we got a game number 2 that's going to start right on time. First game was scheduled to start at 5:30. It tipped literally as the clock was changing to 5:30. And the game ends at 6:40. So 20 minutes on the clock, and the boys varsity will start right at 7 p.m. I've got the Evanston scores added up, but I still need to add up the Lyman ones. For Evanston, Corey DeRue finished with 8 points, team high, followed by Sierra Burley with 5 points, 4 points each for Kaylin Hyatt and Natalie Robbins. Ajahan Archuleta is held scoreless today. Had 12 in the victory over Mountain View yesterday. 2 points for Hannah Sowers, 2 points for Zosha Novakoski, and 1 point for Amber Lowe. Take a 30-second break and come back with the Lyman scoring totals next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Got the scores for Lyman added up. Here they are. McKinley Bradshaw leads the way, had just 4 points at the half. 11 in the second half, so 15 is a game high for her. You could say held below her season average, but she was pretty content distributing the ball, especially in that first half. And she really caught fire, and I mean, I think in any game she could go off for 30 if she chooses to, but finishes with 15 today. Bryce Hansen with 13 in the game. Nearly a game high for her. And Olivia Smith has 7. 1 point for Mandy Eyre, 2 for Casty Nelson, and 3 points for Nicole Peden. No real foul trouble to speak of. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I have 12 fouls all game long for Lyman. And for Evanston, I have just 5 fouls marked off. I may have missed 1 or 2, but for the most part, Evanston really did not foul much at all. And Lyman really didn't either, kind of let him play in this game. 16 minutes before the opening tip. Take another break and switch gears over to the boys' side in just a bit. This is the First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Education in Wyoming has been a long-held tradition. The communities that make up Uinta County School District #1 are committed to those traditions. Student learning, teacher and staff development, extracurricular activities for students to choose from, quality facilities that are clean and comfortable, and a transportation department that always goes above and beyond are just some of the ways we work as a community to help students succeed. Uinta County School District #1, Pathway to Excellence.
Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need them, they'll be there. Specializing in plumbing, air conditioning repairs, furnace installation and repairs, water heaters, HVAC system installation and maintenance. What's in your ductwork? Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Can do your excavation work for septic systems and sewer cleaning. 307-789-8793. You'll find them in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Time now for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, brought to you each and every game and every sport between Evanston and Rich County by Dr. McKay Frankham. Well, you're 4'11" and you get a block and a turnover, and then you get a 3 on the other end. Corey DeRue. That's all it takes to get the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. How about that defense rejecting the ball for her career block number 2 and then knocking it out of bounds on the player shooting it. So Corey DeRue, your recipient of the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Appreciate Dr. McKay Frankham for his sponsorship in all of Evanston sports. Boys game coming up in about 13 minutes from now. Evanston will be in the home white jerseys, Lyman in the road blues, and leading scorer for Lyman, Andrew Housekeeper, a junior, is not available. Was concussed last week. He was not cleared by Wednesday. That's the deadline apparently to be ready for weekend games. So take out his 12 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, as well as a steal and a half per game out of the lineup. Leading scorer in this game that we'll be playing for Lyman is Lucas Anson at 9.6 points per game. He's a 9-9 guy, points and rebounds. Michael Kunzler, 9-point-per-game guy as well. My starting lineup is not perfect, but it's an educated guess, I guess you could say. We'll see exactly how it works. Jet Dickerson, normally in there, a 5'8" sophomore. Michael Kunzler, 5'11 senior. Colin Rogers, a 6'11 senior, and Jacob Woodland, a 5'11 senior. From what I'm told, gone off starting in between each other. I'm not sure how reliable that information is, but that's what I've been told. I didn't get to see a game I haven't been able to see a game for them, or at least a few weeks, to know if there's anything that's been changing. Lucas Anson, 6'2 senior, in the post. Other guys we likely may see: Chase Richards, a 5'7 senior; Joseph Turner, a 5'11 sophomore; Alex Bradshaw, perhaps 6'1 freshman; Preston Brewer, a 5'10 sophomore; and then of course maybe Blake Palmer, 5'10 junior, and Braxton Bradshaw, a 5'7 sophomore. Andrew Housekeeper, of course, out. Starting lineup for the Red Devils should be same as yesterday: Garrett Berger, Seth Lloyd, Dawson Crofts. No Mason Ellingford, so instead, Dawson Crofts in for him, and then Lance Evans at the post and Brady Hurd at the other wing position. Mason Ellingford played heavy minutes yesterday. I'm sure Coach Cornea for the Red Devils would love to see those minutes come down today. They really had no choice but to play him with big minutes yesterday, as Evanston just needed a win. They were unable to do so, lost in overtime to Mountain View. About 11 minutes away from the start of this contest. Let's take an extended break now, and we'll be back to hear from Coach Lex Cornea for the Evanston Red Devils. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar S Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
Welcome back to Red Devil Gymnasium. Coach Kevin Lewick and Lex Cornea for the opposing teams. Meeting at half court right in front of me as we speak. 5 minutes before the start of this contest. Let's continue with pregame coverage by hearing from the man himself, Lex Cornea. Talked with him earlier this week about this pair of non-conference games, the final of the season. Next week, here for a Thursday contest against Green River in conference play. It's beginning. Evanston hoping to go in 4-6, or 4-7, I should say, not 3-8. Lyman, same way, final non-conference of the game of the year for them. Looking for their third win of the year. They're sitting at 2-9 after a loss to Thunder Basin yesterday. Let's move along and hear from Coach Cornea right now. Long break for me, not so long for head coach Lex Cornea of the boys basketball program. You were in Kemmer this past weekend for a varsity tournament that was a bit modified depending on what level of program it was. You guys sent your JV to go play some varsity teams. How did that go?
You know, I thought our JV played really well. We played Farson, who's the number 2 ranked 1A team right now. Had a great first half, kind of melted down in the second, but great experience for them. Kids played well. Then the next day we played Kemmer. The shots were going and ended up getting them by 20 on their home floor against a pretty athletic Kemmer team. So, you know, our JV in their last 5 games, you know, they're 3-2, but their 2 losses. One was an overtime game, and the other one was to Farson, who's a very, very good 1A team. So, yeah, our JV's got really good things going. Kids are working hard. After a slow start, I think they were about as bad as the varsity was in their first weekend, but they've really turned it around and, yeah, got some kids really developing.
When you take on a team like a varsity program and Farson Eden, a 1A program, we see it in football. Cokeville brings their varsity over to play the JV team. When you see it in basketball, what benefits come out of that?
It's just a bigger stage for those kids. You know, they're at Kemmer. It's on their home floor. It's a varsity game. They can feel the excitement in the gym. And that experience in itself is just huge for, for a sophomore or for a junior who hasn't been on that big a stage yet, to just feel the excitement of a varsity game. You're going against seniors, you're going against varsity athletes, the speed's a little quicker, and for them to go play well, despite our second half against Farson, I think kids really learned, kids are really developing. They had a ton of fun, and it was a great trip for us.
What about this week, Mountain View and Lyman? What have you looked for in that?
Well, we're treating both these like conference games. We kind of believe that we're out of preseason, even though these are non-conference games. We're going to treat them like they are. Mountain View is a tough place to play. We finally get in our gym on Saturday against Lyman, and I think it's a chance for us to kind of put 2018 behind us and start fresh against two Uintah County teams. And I mean, even Lyman, it doesn't matter what a team's record is. When you're playing kids that you've grown up around, you've played them since third grade, there's a lot of emotion involved. They are rivalry games, despite us being in different classifications. And, there's a steep challenge for us this week. Mountain View has some great athletes. They're kids who win a lot. They've won a lot of state titles in football, played for it again this year. So just good competitive games that hopefully will be a springboard for us to look at Green River the next week.
You can't practice on Christmas. Then you go to Star Valley for a 3-day tournament. I think you had 1 day of practice in between that. Then there's the New Year on Monday, Tuesday in that area. And then you have a Friday, Saturday JV tournament that you're at. So the varsity is not necessarily practicing in that morning. I think they came back and practiced a little bit later. But that schedule had to be a little bit hectic for it being a so-called break.
Yeah, it was. But, breaks can be just as detrimental as a hectic schedule like this. I feel like with those games, we might have a little less rust to knock off than maybe some other teams who had a longer break from preseason tournaments over Christmas to the Cheyenne tournament that a lot of them just went to. But no, we practiced quite a bit. I think kids still got some time off, some time to clear their heads and kind of evaluate and look at going forward. So I think we're in a good place. The Star Valley win was much needed and a good confidence booster for these kids. I think they recognize against Bear River they played against a very talented team who was shooting the ball very well on that given night. Judge, very athletic. But that win against Star Valley, it did a lot for these guys, and they got a feel for what it's like when it comes together, and you put a really great defensive effort, even with mediocre offense like we had that night. The defensive effort was there, and I think that's something that as we look at playing them maybe 3 more times, and Green River and Jackson and some of our other conference opponents, they know they can play with teams in our conference and play well. So the confidence we got from that is huge, and we'll look at building on that for this week as we prepare for Green River in our first conference.
Coach Cornia, thank you.
Thank you.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Hello, Miss Susan Siamese Cat.
Dr. Dog, I'm here because my perfectly shiny fur has lost its shimmer, and I don't have the energy I did as a kitten.
Miss Susan Siamese Cat, I recommend that you start taking the Feline Daily Multi-Chews from PetMinerals.com immediately. Your good health isn't a yarn ball to play with.
Dr. Dog, you always make me feel better.
Log on to PetMinerals.com today and get your feline supplements ordered today.
Evanston starting lineups being announced as we speak. First, it was the visiting Lyman Eagles getting their starters, and I took a guess out of the guys that normally play or start in before play each other or play the most minutes with Andrew Housekeeper out. Those are indeed the starters. Jet Dickerson, 5'8" sophomore. Michael Kunzler, 5'11" senior. Whereas number 3, Colin Rogers, 6'1" senior. Jacob Woodland, also a senior at 5'11", and Lucas Anson, 6'2" senior, are your starters for the Lyman Eagles. For Evanston, point guard number 1, Garrett Berger, a senior. At the wing spots, number 3, 5'10" senior, Brady Hurd, and 5'10" senior wearing number 25, Seth Lloyd. Dawson Crofts, 6'3" junior. Is he wearing 10 or 11 today? I think it'd be 10 today, because I think it was 11 yesterday. Yeah, his home jersey is 10. And Lance Evans, 6'7" post. Senior for Evanston, wears number 35, jumping at half court. Lance, and looks like Jacob Woodland, 6'7" versus 5'11". All right, vertical leap check time for the 5'11" Lyman Eagle. Let's see, opening tip, easily won by Lance Evans. Goes to Seth Lloyd, placed it right to him. Hurd on the corner, fakes a 3, dribbles to the wing, dishes up top. Lloyd off to Garrett Berger, and Evanston sets up into their opening half-court offense of the game. Backdoor cut, looked to like it open up games with Old Carolina, and a foul as the loft for Dawson Crofts got negated as Crofts got hit in the air. Charged against Lucas Anson. Now check that back, Jet Dickerson with his first foul. Berger inbounds to Evans, skies up over everyone, and 2 are on the board. Lance Evans had 7 points in yesterday's game, a season high, and Evanston's been looking for him to get his offense moving all year long. He was not a perfect game. It was not a perfect game for any Red Devil, but just being able to see Lance get some points on the board was a positive. Kunzler dribbled to the sideline, got the ball ripped out by Seth Lloyd, and he picked it back up, or it went out of bounds, and it was last touched by Lloyd. Woodland throws it down low to Anson. Anson on the left block, works around, has the ball poked out by Lloyd. Dish up top to Dickerson. Dickerson working around, Garrett Berger tight on him, dribbles to his left, handoff to Kunzler. On the left wing, Kunzler gives it back to Dickerson. Dickerson tight with Berger. Handoff again, running the weave on the left side, left to right. Seth Lloyd looking for an opening steal. That's his 3rd poke out of the game. Still can't quite come up with possession. Make it 4. Lloyd pokes at it again, this time against Rogers. Over to the right corner. Baseline drive and nowhere to go. Kunzler dishes out of it. Up top, Dickerson for an open 3. Backing up, thought it was good, misses long. Dawson Crofts on the rebound, and Evanston in transition. Brady Hurd slows things up. Evanston back into the half-court setup. Dish off left side to Garrett Berger. He'll retreat and set Evanston up into the half court. Screen around right side. Lloyd, baseline. Thought about shooting, instead goes back up top to Hurd. Berger on the left wing. 6:30 left in the first quarter. Evanston leading 2-0. Hurd tries a 3. Good, nothing but net for Brady Hurd. Brady's been struggling from beyond the arc ever since the first game of the season, where he had, I believe, 18 points in that game. He had a good shooting day against Westside as well in the Flaming Gorge Invitational. Kunzler dribbles out of trouble on the wing, goes to the top, takes a screen around. Woodland got basically run over by Lloyd on that play. Rogers back to Kunzler. Taking a look at Brady Hurd's 3-point shooting on the year, 7 of 41, under 20%. Steal from Dawson, ahead to Lloyd. Dishes off to Berger. He goes up on the layup, no good. Evans on the putback. Lance Evans with 4 points early, and Evanston leads 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 5:44 left in the first quarter. This is the first big presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Back here at Red Devil Gymnasium, 5:44 left and a steal out of the transition. Dawson Crofts takes a 3 for Evanston, rattles out, rebounded by Lyman. Apologies for the scoreboard. I just noticed it again frozen. I got unplugged for a second during in between the girls and the boys game, and I just needed to set the scoreboard. Never heard anything from back in the studio, so I didn't notice it until right now when I was looking at it. Lance Evans steals away for Evanston, back in the possession of the Red Devils. 7-0 Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lloyd dishes off left side to Berger. Back to Hurd. Left wing, Garrett Berger. Skip to the right side. Lloyd open for three, passes it up, gives it to Hurd. Garrett open for three. Dribbles into the elbow, back up top, Hurd steps through, fakes a pass to the right, goes left side back to Berger. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Evanston leading 7-0 and taking an extended half-court setup here, resetting brand new play. No shot clock in high school basketball, so you can take all the time you need. Hurd has it on the left wing, back to Berger, swing around to the right side. Here's Lloyd open on the corner for a three ball, misses it. Hurd with the board, put back shot, misses a little bit long. Evans fighting for the rebound, loses that battle to Michael Kunzler. Strong play by Kunzler there, and he's given up at least 7 inches to Evans. Winning that battle. Kunzler sent to the ground. Brady Hurd tripped him up when he poked the ball out. Lyman maintains. Kunzler has it at the 10-foot volleyball line. 4:17 left. Seth Lloyd still stabbing and trying to get possession. Kunzler holds on to it, swing around to the right side, now into the blocks. Turnaround shot. Anson, wholesale blocked by Lance Evans. Evanston in transition. Lloyd looking to attack. Pull up, right side, down to the blocks. Evans and Anson fighting for it. Anson saves it from going out of bounds, knocks it off of Evans and into the hands of Woodland. Lyman basketball, moving from right to left in the blue jerseys, Evanston in the home whites. Drive down to the right side. Jet Dickerson gives it back up top to Anson. Over to the corner, there's Kunzler. 3:45 left, 7-0. Lyman looking for his first score of the day. Kunzler takes a shot, close range, good. 7-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston throws it quickly ahead and across the timeline already with about 2 seconds past Brady Hurd. Brady Hurd has it at the top, over to the far side. Garrett Berger looks around, finds Lloyd open on the corner. Lloyd back to Berger, swing around to the right side to Hurd. Crofts takes a screen and moves out to the corner. A moving screen called on Lance Evans. He will walk away from that one. Lyman basketball. Mason Ellingford checks in at the 3:17 mark in the first quarter. See if we can monitor his minutes, see if he stays around 15 today. I know Evanston would love to keep him at 10 to 15 if they can and not risk worsening that ankle, although he did good yesterday and playing about 32 minutes. Really didn't show any signs of fatigue on that ankle. It didn't swell up at all. 3:05 left, Evanston on defense. Lyman basketball, and Kunzler with a three. 7-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Kunzler giving some instant offense on the past 2 possessions for Lyman. Has no 2-point game. Hurd on the corner, up top to Dawson Crofts. Gives it far side to Lloyd. Back on the wing. Crofts dribbles to his left one time. Back to Lloyd. Takes a deep three. Looks good. Misses a little bit long, though. Over the back foul. No, nothing called. It should just be out of bounds on Mason Ellingford. And that is the case. Chris Moeller into the game for the Red Devils. Moeller, Hurd, Lloyd. Oh, it's Evanston basketball. Thought it'd be out on Ellingford, slapping the ball from behind, but last touch by Lyman. Throw up top on the inbound from Crofts to Lloyd. 2:30 left in the game, or in the first quarter. That would be a low-scoring game. Lloyd into the post. Hurd, one dribble, flip shot, airballs it. Ball squirts out into the hands of Jet Dickerson. Hade, Hurd shading from behind. Passes out right side to Anson. Turns around into a double team and a double dribble. Turnover Lyman. Back to Evanston.
Red Devil basketball.
.2:15 left in the first quarter. Lloyd walks it across slowly. Has a high screen. Now a flip down into the post for Ellingford. Gets the entry pass but can't handle it from Crofts. Falls out of bounds and it rolled off. Last touch by the foot of, I think, Jacob Woodland. Down low in the blocks. Ellingford spins around, finds Moeller on the right wing. Back to Lloyd. 2 minutes into the left in the quarter. Hurd on the corner. What I was trying to say. Looks down to the post. Gives it back up top to Lloyd. Lloyd looking for a swing around, but then goes back left side to Hurd. Crofts hanging out on the far side corner. Out to the left corner. Moeller gives up his dribble. Hurd to Lloyd. Taking their time on this possession. Throw down low. Moeller wide open. Seth Lloyd has a knack for finding Chris Moeller in space, delivering him the pass and giving Moeller a wide open shot. There's been at least 7 or 8 buckets by Muller that have been assisted from Seth Lloyd this season. 9-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jet Dickerson looks around to the right side, tightly guarded by Crofts, gives it off the left side to Woodland. Into the blocks, hook shot from Anson, no good. Ellingford rips down the rebound, Evanston running. Lloyd out to the right side, into the blocks. Dawson Crofts looks to draw contact, he got it before a shot went up. I think, Michael Kunzler with the foul. His first second team foul for Lyman.
That's his first second team foul for the Eagles. Checking back into the game, number 1, Garrett Berger.
Inbound to Garrett Berger. 1 minute left in the quarter. Deep three from Lloyd, still trying to find his range, misses long. Ellingford chases down the rebound, drives in, point blank shot off the glass, good, draws the contact, headed to the line for one more. 54.4 seconds left in quarter number 1, and Ellingford gets his first 2 points of the game in. Evans with 4, Muller with 2, Brady Hurd with 3, and now add Ellingford in with a chance for an and 1. 11-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Michael Kunzler has all 5 of Lyman's points. Ellingford good on the free throw. Point needs to go up onto the board. It's 12-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Kunzler dribbles out, back up top to Jet Dickerson. Jet, face guarded, behind the back dribble. Garrett Berger playing tight, get called for the reach. No, 5-second call. Garrett Berger forces the 5-second. Still missing a point on the Impact Physical Therapy board. It should be 12-5. See if we can get that sorted out at the quarter. 34 seconds left. Inbound to Berger. 30 seconds as they take it across the timeline. Evanston holding on at the half-line circle, running that clock down, and no one from Lyman is coming out to guard. Berger just cupping the ball with his right elbow, goes out right side, Crofts. Left side, Seth Lloyd with the pass, backside cut, Dawson Crofts. They called out the play right away and then delivered it with perfection. Half quarter by Kunzler at the buzzer, no good. And it is 13-5. No, 14-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board at the end of one quarter on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY on 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
One of the biggest challenges we face when it comes to regular exercise.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Second quarter beginning, 14-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. That free throw was added over the break and made by Mason Ellingford on the and one, so it's a 9-point advantage for Evanston. Lyman looking for some answers. Michael Kunzler had all 5 of their points in the first quarter. He's out on the court as they start the second. Looks like we've got the same 5, one change. Joseph Turner into the game for Lyman. He is a 5'11" sophomore onto the court wearing number 24. Michael Kunzler has the ball for Lyman. Opening possession, Eagles way, looking for a bucket and weaving around, trying to work through some sideline traps of Evanston. Down pass to Anson, stolen away. Garrett Berger comes away with it. Seth Lloyd running, doesn't have numbers but may try to attack anyways. Dribbles through, floater up, Lloyd misses. Ellingford had the board behind the back, pass to save it. Hurd, good to Berger. Uncontested shot in by Garrett Berger. 16-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. First points of the day for Garrett. Kunzler being told to press by Coach Lewick. Up in the air, misses it. Rejection. Ellingford sends Joseph Turner down. Back on Evanston's side, Lloyd has the shot nearly fall, gets the foul contact called, headed to the line, I believe, for 2 shots. Had to be in the air. Fouls on 3-0, Jet Dickerson, his second. And 2 shots for Seth Lloyd. Lloyd hasn't been shooting a whole lot this year at the free throw line. He's got a couple to his name, 6 of 9. Not a good enough sample size, now at 6 of 10, to say he is a 60% free throw shooter. Gotta wait till you get at least 20 shots up before you can start saying that, don't you? Makes the second. 17-5 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Press on for Evanston, sideline trapping. Jet Dickerson at the middle, throws across to Kunzler. Chris Moeller right in front of him. Hurd comes in to close. Dickerson over to the far side. Jacob Woodland has it. Woodland dribbles with his left hand, tries to spin around on a curl, gets into the left blocks, bounce passes out to Kunzler. Gets a screen from Woodland, says no, go away from it. Kunzler finds Woodland. Crosses over to gets through 2 defenders. One-on-one, him versus Ellingford. A lot of contact there, nothing called, misses the shot. Back up, Ellingford rejects it. Hurd on the run, 2-on-1 between him and Berger. Kunzler closing in quickly. Hurd left side off to Berger, and Garrett delivers in the fast break. 19-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Coach Lewick needs to discuss it. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Back at Red Devil Gymnasium and final preseason of the game of the year for both these teams, the Evanston Red Devils and the Lyman Eagles. A combined 5 wins between the two programs, both looking to change things and switch things around as we get set for conference play next week. Lyman has the ball down 19-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jet Dickerson with it at the top. 2-3 defense from Evanston. Bounce pass from Dickerson down low. Turner tries to get a double clutch shot to go, does not. Battle for the rebound, won by Lyman and Turner. Crofts had it for a second, but gave it away. Foul on Evanston. Dawson with the offense. Second team foul for Evanston, first on Crofts. Throw over, Anson, or Woodland just barely holds on to it. Dribbles up at the top and then stolen away from behind by Berger. Berger zipping right forward, 2 steps up in the air, it falls! Garrett Berger with 6 points in the quarter, 4 of them coming in the fast break. How about that? 5'7", is that how tall Garrett is? 5'7", got his dad right next to me. Skied above everyone for Lyman that time. 5:15 left in the first half, 21-5 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Dickerson, high post, back up top from Woodland. Woodland gives it to Dickerson. Dickerson working around, finds Kunzler on the left side. Bounce pass down low, looking into the post. Again, a steal away for the Red Devils. Playing the passing lanes well. Berger up ahead. Crofts finds Hurd open on the corner. He drives in baseline, dishes back up top. Crofts thought about a 3. Out left, Berger to the corner. Mueller inside from mid-range on the sideline. Good. 23-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Chris Mueller with 4 points in the contest. Everyone's getting involved. 4:35 left in the first half. Woodland to Dickerson, left side Kunzler. Evanston wrecking Lyman in the passing lanes right now. Down low, Woodland gets past Lance Evans, and finally a bucket for the Eagles. Their first of the quarter. Jacob Woodland delivers. It's been tough sledding. Lyman outsized in the post. Lance Evans aggressive, going to the hoop, headed back to the line for 2. headed to the line for the first time today, I should say. He got a couple of free throws in the last couple of games. He had 7 points yesterday. Hit a 3-ball. He's probably the first Evanston 6'7" post to have the green light from 3 in quite some time, maybe ever. Don't know how many 6'7" posts have come through the Red Devils program. Not a whole lot. We had one last year in Chandler Anderson. 24-7 after Evans makes his first free throw. Evans on the second, good. 6 points today for Lance. His offensive game seems to have needed a few weeks off after the Christmas tournament, the Star Valley Shoot-Off. Evanston's been off for basically 2 weeks, and Evans comes back looking refreshed. Swing over, right side. It's tight defense by Seth Lloyd. Still looking for that first steal. He's popped it out a lot of times, still has yet to come up with it. Turner on the sideline, up top to Dickerson. Rogers to his right, Woodland to his left. Woodland gets a screen for Dickerson, rolls back down. They go opposite side over to Rogers. Far sideline, guarded by Lloyd, poking at the ball. A steal finally for Seth Lloyd. He's been working on that for quite some time, getting a lot of pressure, but finally coming up with the steal. Crofts over to the sideline. Lloyd thinks about a 3, goes right side. Hurd to Crofts. He'll take a wing 3. It's up and it's in. Dawson Crofts with his first tray of the day. 5 points, 28-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 3:15 left in the first half. Evanston up by 21. High post pass to Woodland. Outside Rogers, feet on the line for 3, no 2. They counted a 3, I guess. I thought his foot was on the line. I don't have the best view. Either way, a 3-ball. Colin Rogers with the 3-ball. 28-10 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. They counted it as a 3. I thought it was a 2, but they put their hands up as a 3. Just talking to the scores table, yeah, it looked like his foot was on the line. Hurd had tried a 3-ball himself, but it was no good. Kunzler on the run, double team, loses it in the air, knocked out by Crofts. Chris Muller will check back in after a brief breather. Checks in for Lance Evans. 2:43 left in half number 1. Baseline inbound for Dickerson. Lyman in the blue jerseys, Evanston in the whites. Right side, Rogers, bounce pass down low, fake. Anson turns around against Ellingford. Pretty move from the senior. He's been getting rejected by Ellingford, so what do? You got to throw in a little trickeration. First 2 of the game for Lucas Anson. Actually, yes, first 2 of the game for Lucas Anson, and it's 28-12. Crofts open on the wing. Dickerson giving him a few feet of space out to the corner. Hurd takes it on the sideline. Back up top to Crofts. Fakes the top of the key 3, gives off the right side. Open on the wing. Seth Lloyd finds Dawson, overshoots it from distance. Rebound by Kunzler. Lyman on the run. Moving forward, now slowing down a bit into the half-court set. Jet Dickerson, hands off. Rogers takes a screen from Woodland and a foul on Dawson, his second. 3 team fouls for Evanston is all, and 5 for Lyman. So this officiating crew, just like in the girls, not a whole lot of foul calls, and that moves this game right along. We're all right with that. Inbound to Jet Dickerson, under 2 minutes to play. 28-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Kunzler has it down low. Turnaround, Woodland has the ball poked away. In the passing lanes, Brady Hurd had it and then dribbled it off his left foot and out of bounds. Hurd just staring down Seth Lloyd, looking for some sort of reaction, smiling after he just ran the ball right into his foot. Those mistakes don't hurt as bad when you got a 16-point lead. You can laugh about that stuff. 1:30 left in the first half, 28-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston over Lyman. Garrett Berger left side to Lloyd. He's a threat from any distance, so any head fake forces the defense to come out. Down low, Ellingford on the blocks, dishes out right side. Hurd splits a double team into the high post. Outside pass to, wait, who did he pass to? There was no one there. He just passed it to no one. There was no one on the whole left side of the basketball court. Not even a Lyman Eagle. 1:15 left, 28-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Must have thought someone was cutting out. Dickerson already had his pocket picked once by Berger. Hesitant and passes it away with Garrett closing in. Down to the 1 minute mark and a 16-point lead for the Red Devils. High post turnaround, Kunzler drives in, beats Hurd. Ellingford comes in to save the day. Rejects it. Garrett Berger on the run. Takes it across the timeline, then slows up. Gives it off to Seth Lloyd. 45 seconds left in the first half. Now Hurd will retreat. Evanston ran the clock right down at the end of the first quarter. And Hurd's just dribbling it back and forth. Looking over to my left side to see what Coach Cornea calls it out. And when he does, he's saying one shot. Berger takes it. Still at 30 seconds and no 5-second clock. Coach Cornea says now, I think, to attack. Or maybe that was just him calling out the play. They're saying just, I think he was just saying, shaking his head, just keep doing what you're doing. Down to 15 seconds left. Hurd at the top. Cornea just said, get ready to go. Crossover, Hurd, step back to Berger, 4-3. It's up and it's in. The point guard, he's there to distribute, but this quarter he's been distributing a lot of points. End of the bucket, end of the quarter bucket, no good by Kunzler at half court. And Garrett Berger with a 9-point second quarter leads Evanston to a 31-12 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Education in Wyoming has been a long-held tradition. The communities that make up Uinta County School District number 1 are committed to those traditions. Student learning, teacher and staff development, extracurricular activities for students to choose from, quality facilities that are clean and comfortable, and a transportation department that always goes above and beyond are just some of the ways we work as a community to help students succeed. Uinta County School District number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Halftime and time for the shootout. Joined by Coach Jeremy Fessler. Tough game today. We were just talking about it off air. You held them below their season average, much like you did against Mountain View last night. But in the end, they just made shots. They turned it over when they needed to. And McKinley held below her season average at 15, but defensively, she was really a tear for you and shut down your post, shut down your outside. She was kind of all over the court today.
Oh, yeah, they put her right in the middle of that 1-3-1 zone, and she's so quick and so smart in reading passes, and we're a station-to-station passing team right now, and we talked about pass faking her. She's gonna go for steal. She's got a pass fake.
Yeah.
But today we didn't come out with as much energy as I thought we had last night. We weren't up and playing. I think we game plan. I don't know how to game plan against them.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it backfires where we're paying too much attention to her, and then she just throws it over the top to the backside, which was open constantly today. But they score 65 a game, so to hold them 25 points on their average. But we can't shoot 2 for 16 from 3 and 25% from the field. And when you play a good team, you got to be able to score. And we just struggle shooting, and we got to get better at it.
You will not, later on in the year, we talked about it yesterday, you'll play Paige Powell at Cody. She's also going to the University of Wyoming, but her and McKinley are different. Paige, measurably, definitely got a higher vertical than McKinley. She's probably a little faster, like length to length. Overall, Paige is going to draw the attention of D1 athletes in most sports because of her pure athleticism. McKinley Bradshaw is just a flat-out better basketball player than most anyone we've ever seen on the girls' side in Wyoming. She's right up there with Robbie Ryan. You will not play a team that has a player that good the rest of the year, but you will play teams that are just as tough and have some very good individual players. Did you see anything that you can maybe take out of that game? And you know you won't play someone as good, but say, here's where we need to shore up when we're going against maybe Paige Powell later or maybe Kai Buell at State, something like that.
Yeah, I think that, we need to be who we are. And I think that sometimes as a coach, you talk up Bradshaw and you talk her up and you talk her up, and we got to do this when she does this, and when she gets in the post, we got to do this. We got to have, and you sort of lose your principles. And I think when you have a player like that, there's two thoughts. You take the ball out of her hands,
yep,
or you let her get hers and you shut down everyone else.
Yep.
And so I think right now we're in that game. We were just in between, and we really didn't do either.
Okay.
And so I think sometimes I put too much stuff in their heads, and so then we're thinking, and we're not reacting. And so I think that's what I've learned from this. Just be us, fly around. And whatever happens, happens, but we just got to get out and fly around and play tougher and better. They did a nice job. They spread the court, and they would take our guards, and they'd screen it down, and then they'd post up Corey. That was a constant thing. And I told them not to help off of Bradshaw, and so we're helping from way on the other side. It's, they did some nice things. Their inbounds plays are nice. I mean, they just find ways to get her the ball, and, they were the better team today. Give them credit.
I really talked up the play when Corey did get kind of that block and then knock out of bounds in the transition to give Evanston back the ball. But the fact is we saw something today that is just a reality of that when you have a player out there of that stature, a team will try to take advantage of her in the post. And a lot of Lyman's points, I think it was a season high for their freshman Bryce Hansen, and a lot of that came in the post from her.
Yeah.
Does that give you pause for thoughts of you may see this again, the team may see that on tape? And what a way that you need to maybe plan for that?
Yeah, the rule is if Corey's in the post, she fronts, and we just completely help backside. But today, like I said, we were so worried about Bradshaw that we weren't doing those fundamental things.
Okay.
We were so focused on her, we lost sight of what was going. The ball's over here on the right side, and the girls posting up Corey on the right block. The other girls should be over here, right behind Corey, and they just had to spread out and discombobulated. And so we've handled that in the past, because Green River, they'll try to do it to us next week, and we just stick someone right behind her, and then they have to skip it over top, and we recover out of it. But it is a pause for concern, because Corey's not her only tiny.
Yeah,
we got Taryn and Amber and Kaylin and Sierra. We're tiny, and you can see teams seeing that film and saying, let's just work the guards down there and post them up.
You had 11 games in the preseason, make it 12 games in the preseason.
Games.
10 preseason tournament games, and then yesterday and today. You come away from it 7-5. The record is what it is. Yesterday was probably the best win out of all those games, and that was a fine win because Mountain View is a very solid team in any classification. But more so than the record, I know coming into the year you were wondering what you as a coach do after such a dramatic shift from the high-powered offense you had last year to needing a high-powered defense this year. How do you feel the execution and transition of these players has happened as you now enter into the conference season?
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the end of Chapter 1, non-conference, and Chapter 2 starts today. I'm pleased with where we are. Offensively, we're not where we need to be yet. And as a coaching staff, we got to figure out how, we can make shots. We just got to make shots, put them in better spots where they can be successful. So we've still got to focus offensively. Defensively, I'm very pleased. We're going to be second or third in the state right now. And, when you have a bunch of 5'4" kids, that's pretty impressive. And so I'm excited defensively what they've done. but we have to get better offensively. So when we play these better teams, because we played 5 solid teams, our 5 losses are against solid teams.
Yep.
And so when they can score against our defense and we still hold them on their average, we've got to be able to score more. And we got to be able to, that's going to keep that game closer and tighter for us.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't have the 2 games, but I guess we could add them in. 6-5 for Mountain View. Lyman, I think 9-3 now.
9-3.
Your losses have come against a record combined of, prior to that, 34-9 was the record, and then you add in those 2 very good teams. You have lost to some very top-level teams in or out of the state.
And then Rollins, they're turning out, they're starting to beat teams.
Yeah.
So that was a good win back then. So.
They beat Mountain View, I believe, or Lyman, one of the 2. I think it was Mountain View. Yeah. All right, Coach Fessler, thank you so much. We'll see you next week here against Green River.
Okay, thanks.
We'll be back in 30 seconds to give you scores and then inbound for quarter number 3. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Scores in the first half. Garrett Berger leads the way with 9 points. The point guard getting things going coming into the contest. His season average has at 1.9 per game. He did not score yesterday in the first half. Sat out the entire second half after picking up a taunting technical foul. Brady Hurd with 3 points. Dawson Crofts with 5. Lance Evans 6. Seth Lloyd with 1 point from the free throw line. 3 from Mason Ellingford. And Chris Muller with 4 points. On Lyman's side, 5 from Jet Dickerson, 5 from Michael Kunzler, Colin Rogers with 3, Jacob Woodland with 2, Lucas Anson with 2. Jet Dickerson did not score in the first half. Inbound to Evanston as we start quarter number 3. Garrett Berger, Dawson Crofts, Lance Evans, Seth Lloyd, and Brady Hurd on the court for Evanston. For Lyman, Michael Kunzler, Colin Rogers, Jet Dickerson, Jacob Woodland, and Lucas Anson on the court. 31-12, a 19-point advantage for Evanston. Seth Lloyd has it on the left wing, gives up top to Garrett Berger. See how Evanston attacks and if they run some clock and methodically roll through this, or if they kind of try to work those passing lanes and get the fast break opportunities again going like they had in the first half. Dawson Crofts misses a mid-ranger, and then a rebound by Lucas Anson is bobbled and knocked out of bounds back to Evanston on the baseline.
Red Devil basketball.
Crofts, the trigger man, finds Hurd on the near side corner. Evanston, the home white team with the red numerals and lettering, going from right to left in half number 2. Lyman in the dark blue jerseys, white lettering and siding on the piping, moving from left to right. High post, turnaround shot, Seth Lloyd, nothing but net. That's what we need to see, some Seth Lloyd catch and shoot action. I would say he's very good off the dribble. He's even better on catch and shoot situations from just about any distance. Lloyd has as good of range as anyone in the state. Is he as pure a shooter as everyone? Well, he's up there. I don't know if we can say that, but he's as good at catch and shoot as anyone. Got a smooth stroke. It's consistent. That's what you always look for in a guy who's going to consistently make shots. Is it consistent in the way it goes up? Ball knocked out of bounds. Garrett Berger working hard for a steal. Knocked it out of the hands of Jet Dickerson, but was not able to save it from going out of bounds. Far side, inbound. Rogers, bounce pass to the corner. Dickerson has it, and also has Garrett face guarding him. Bumping him out, back to the top. Crofts has to take over on defense as he kind of screened for Berger. Straight up and down defense by Crofts. Forces a travel. Dickerson moving the feet. 33-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 6:28 left in the third quarter. Garrett Berger takes the ball for the Red Devils. Coach Cornea barking out instructions. Evanston certainly had a little bit more hop in their step in moving into half-court sets in the first half with a 19, now 21-point lead in half number 2. They seem a little bit more content to run through the motions of their offense and set up a shot. Top of the key, 3 attempt by Crofts, no good. Hurd had it in his hands. Dickerson poked it out. Lyman basketball. Dickerson will take it. An illegal screen from Rogers, trying to bump Hurd off of Jet Dickerson's tail. That's a call for Rogers and foul number 1 of the half. Basketball back in the hands of Evanston. Rogers first. There were only 5 fouls in this game altogether for Lyman. 4 in the first half, just 2 for Evanston. Garrett Berger takes the inbound. Has Woodland on him. Up top, Seth Lloyd takes Rogers to work behind the back dribble at the free throw line. Kind of got a face full of Rogers' elbow there and then backed off, gave it back to Berger. On the right wing, looking for the backdoor cut and off the ball screen. That'll happen sometimes when Evanston is trying to open space in the opposite side of the ball. I think they were trying to run the little loft play from Hurd to Crofts. And Lance Evans called for the moving screen. Second foul on Lance Evans, so 3 fouls in the first half for Evanston at their 4th foul of the game. That between Crofts with 2 and Evans with 2. Kunzler gives it off right side. Anson behind the three-point line. Has Evans tied on him. Dickerson hesitates, moves back, dishes off far sideline. Dickerson to Kunzler. Gives it back to Rogers at the top. 5:15 left in the third. Went for a bounce pass, kick ball violation called on Brady Hurd. Nearly came up with the steal, but his right foot was in front of it. Rogers to bounce in. Finds Anson in space. Scoop shot from left side to right side. Got to adjust his shot with Lance Evans, so he gets a little funky there. Misses it. Evans on the board. Crofts receiving the pass distance from Seth Lloyd. Good for 2. Crofts, his second bucket. Third bucket. 7 points for Dawson. 35-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Rogers taking it across. Dish out to the corner. Kunzler for 3. Rattles out. Evans skies up, grabs the board. Seth pushing a little bit. Evanston picking up the pace here in quarter number 3. Dish out right side, head fake. Hurd beats everyone to the sideline, back up top. Lloyd left open for 3. Bumps in as he drives into the free throw line by Rogers and then gives back out. Garrett Berger resetting in the half court for the Red Devils, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Mason Ellingford and Chris Muller, 2 post players, moving to the scores table for Evanston. Backdoor cut and a loft from Crofts to Hurd, pointing to each other. The assist from Crofts and Hurd on the alley-oop. I think that's the 3rd time Evanston's run that play in this game. It's worked 2 out of the 3 times. The first time it didn't work, but there was a foul called. Full timeout called by Lyman. We'll be back in a minute on this first big presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
One of the biggest challenges we face when it comes to regular exercise is finding time to get to the gym. This is Kim Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym. I've got great news. Now you can work out whenever it's convenient for you. The Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston is open 24/7 for members. With keycard access, you can work out in our safe, clean gym using our professional equipment when it's most convenient for you. Don't let time hold you back anymore. Visit Flex Fitness today, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazin's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazin's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazin's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
Lyman playing without their point guard, junior Andrew Housekeeper. His older brothers went to Mountain View, but Andrew choosing Lyman. First year on the varsity team. At least he was not on last year. Maybe he had an injury of some sort, but I don't recall him as a freshman playing. Of course, most freshmen do not play varsity. First player playing varsity for Housekeeper, out with a concussion. Hopefully he'll be back next week in time for conference season. High post, swing around. Kunzler moves into the blocks, misses a shot, gets his own rebound, and puts back around the arm of Ellingford. Kunzler, 7 points in the game for him. 37-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, a 23-point advantage for the Red Devils. 3:30 mark of the third quarter. Lloyd on the right wing, waiting for the offense to develop. Turns around, gives it to Ellingford. Ellingford tries a drop step, airballs it, rebounded by, is that Taylor back into the game? It's Turner back into the game, Joseph Turner. Right side, Rogers swiped at. Lloyd comes up with the steal. Leaves everyone in the dust. Up with the left hand. Good on the layup, 39-14. Seth's been aggressive in the passing lane or on the ball all game long. He's gotten a couple steals in the passing lanes, now 2 steals on just swiping the ball right out of his opponent's hands. He's been close to about 7 of those, I will say. Rogers spins into the lane, called for traveling as his face goes right into the stomach of Ellingford. 25-point lead for the Red Devils, 2:49 left in the third quarter. Evanston at 3-7 through 10 games. This contest number 11. Conference season starts right here next Thursday at 7 p.m. for the boys at Red Devil Gymnasium against Green River. Ellingford delivers on a block shot assisted by Dawson Crofts. 5 points for Ellingford in the contest. 7 o'clock tip-off for that Green River game, and what a doozy that's in store for. I mentioned in the halftime break when I was talking to Coach Fessler about the opponent average for the girls and how the teams that they have lost to have an extraordinary winning record, 39-4 coming in. That's a 791 clip for opponents that Evanston has lost to. Evanston's preseason schedule has been as tough as anyone this year. We'll get back into that. I did some math for teams in their region of opponents' schedule. We'll talk to that one, maybe get another dead ball. David Baxter in for the first time today. He comes up with a half block and then a rebound. In transition, Evanston on the move. Baxter takes it on the right wing. Delivering the pass was Hurd. Out to the left corner. Seth Lloyd drives into the lane. Dish off right side. Ellingford, beautiful no-look pass. Gets Caden Fry, sophomore manager for the Red Devils, up on his feet. 43-14. Ellingford, 7 points in the game. 29-point lead for the Red Devils. Behind the back dribble over to the right corner. Kunzler getting the pass from Alex Bradshaw. Bradshaw shoots on the corner, misses just inside the three-point line. Baxter up on the rebound. Chris Muller bounces it to Hurd. 1:40 left in the third quarter. 43-14. Well, see if the Evanston Devils will slow up at all. Maybe give us a chance. No catch and shoot from Lloyd. Good. Seth Lloyd finding his shooting touch. 7 points in the quarter, 8 in the game. Dribble off the foot of one Red Devil, whether it was Hurd or Muller, or maybe none of them touched it. I know it was initially off the foot of Kunzler. I thought for sure an Evanston player hit it, but no, it's Evanston basketball. This does not count today or to yesterday's game, but through the first 9 conference games of the year, Evanston's opponent record was 59-30. That's a .662 winning percentage. Their opponent winning record, the teams that they beat, all 3 of them, they even were above 500, 571, and the teams that they've lost to had a .705 winning percentage. I looked at teams in the conference, Green River, Jackson, and Star Valley. Their average opponent winning percentage was about .350, conversely to Evanston's .572. So Evanston's played a very tough preseason schedule. We knew that. Braxton Lind into the game for the first time. Jump stops, draws contact, headed to the line for 2 shots, I believe. Foul on Turner, and it is 2 shots. Now, when you look at that, you say, okay, well, Evanston's due for some more wins. And, yeah, they probably were in the preseason, but the fact remains that the teams that will be there at the end of the year that Evanston's played, they struggled against. They lost in absolute blowout fashion to Kelly Walsh in the first weekend of the year. And Kelly Walsh is traditionally a team that really doesn't come on until the very end of the year. Sheridan, they look as strong as anyone at the beginning of the year as they do at the end. And they're still undefeated, but Evanston was blown out by them as well. Lind makes his free throws, and it's 47-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Foul on David Baxter, team foul number 2 for Evanston in the half. Of course, first on Baxter. He's in his first few minutes of play in the contest. Jet Dickerson takes the inbound, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Picks up his dribble at the right wing, goes out right side, gets it back. Into the game, Blake Palmer, a junior for Lyman, wearing number 15. Over right side to Bradshaw, dribbles around a screen. Handoff to Braxton Bradshaw. Bradshaw skies up in the air, uses the glass but misses a little short. Lind had the board, ripped out of his hands. Bradshaw tries it again, no good. Foul over the back on Braxton Lind. Blake Palmer was the player being offended. Foul 1 on Braxton Lind. Team foul number 4 for Evanston. Inbound goes to Turner. Dickerson has it up top, flashes down low. Bradshaw fading away, front iron, didn't get the kind rolled. Chris Muller on a rebound. Up ahead with 17 seconds left across the timeline. Seth Lloyd backing up, playing for one shot. Evanston's run out the clock successfully and converted in the first and second quarters. Drive in to the lane, dish off right side to Muller, off the glass and good. The Red Devils do it again. The end of the quarter has had perfect execution. Jump ball as Brady Hurd tied up Dickerson. Possession arrow with Lyman. 1.8 seconds left. Quarter number 4 coming up next. That was points 5 and 6. And Hurd steals the inbound, throws up a shot at the buzzer. No good. At the end of 3, Evanston leads 49-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. This is the First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY on 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Berg Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
Start at quarter number 4, 49-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Evanston leading Lyman. Don't want to forget about it, so let's go give it right now. The Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. It happened back in quarter number 2. 9 points by Garrett Berger in that quarter. He led the way in the first half for scoring by Evanston. And a quick look down at the scores. I think he still does. Dawson Crofts, short corner shot, big air ball there. But with that play of the steal and then run down coast to coast, skying over 2 or 3 defenders, all with at least 3 inches on him, Garrett Berger wins our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. Jet Dickerson called for a travel. He tried to jump stop and then take 2 steps. Just before 8 o'clock, a 35-point lead for the Red Devils. Running clock comes in at 40 points, so we may see that. Preston Brewer moves to the scorer's table to check in at the next dead ball. That for Lyman. Burke Thomas into the contest. High-low from the sideline. Garrett Berger down low to Lance Evans. He went down low and then had Joseph Turner jump over his back and flip down to the ground. Turner looks heated and kind of staring down Evans. Evans just backed away. He picked up a double technical against Thunder Basin back in contest number 4 of the season. And he certainly wants nothing to do with that, especially with conference season looming. Inbound for the Devils, jump up, Mason Ellingford grabs it on the blocks. Hand check by Turner. Ellingford went up and ripped it through and made the shot, but they say before, no continuation. Ellingford was in the process of shooting, but the ball had not left his hands, I suppose, so no shot. Inbound for Crofts once again. Foul number 4 on Turner. Throw up high, Garrett Berger receives the inbound. Left side to Crofts. Crofts waits for the screen from Ellingford. Now attacks. Guy's up, double clutch, fouled in the process. 2 free throws. 53 seconds gone by in quarter number 4. Hope to hear from Coach Lex Cornea following this contest to wrap up the preseason schedule of 11 games for the boys. The girls had 12. Crofts makes his first free throw. Boys were scheduled to have 12 in all, but well, the Star Valley Shootout had a schedule change after schedule change, and the boys being scheduled on the Thursday of that tournament, December 27th, to play first Judge Memorial and then Sugar Salem. That got rearranged. Evanston only ended up playing once per day. So that's the accounting, as the girls played Ridgeline and then Sugar Salem on that same day. That's the accounting for the 2 different records. 51-14 after Crofts goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Baseline inbound for Lyman under their own hoop after a missed shot and a knock out of bounds on an attempted rebound by the Red Devils. Preston Brewer takes the inbound, goes to Bradshaw. Hands back, that Alex Bradshaw. Braxton and Alex Bradshaw both out onto the court for Lyman. Brewer dribbles around, squirts it through the hands of the much taller Lance Evans and up and in. Preston Brewer with his first 2 of the game. First points of the quarter for Lyman, 51-16. Scoring differential at 35 where we ended the third quarter. Berger guarded by Brewer. Passes near sideline to Crofts. Crofts well outside the shooting range for him. Swing around to the right side. Down low, Moeller turns and receives the pass from Garrett Berger. Easy put up for Moeller. He's got 8 points in the game, closing in on a season high for him. I think he had 9 in one game. Have to go back and check that one and flip through the score sheets officially to check that. Turner, high-low, looking down to Bradshaw. No good. Rebounded. Brewer rejected on the shot by Evans. Evans got 3 blocks in today's game. Bradshaw, left side to Brewer, beats Berger off the dribble, baseline, tries to scoop it. Crofts called for a foul. May or may not be a shooting foul. Take that back, it's 3-1, Chris Moeller on the foul. Moeller's first. David Baxter, Casey Perriman, and Latham Chandler set to check in for Evanston. First shot by Brewer, airballed.
Second into the doubles. Number 34, Latham Chandler. Number 5, David Baxter. And number 2.
Evans and Moeller take a seat. And I'd say we're done with starters for the day all the way around. 5:46 left in the fourth quarter, 53-16. Brewer setting up for a second. Just hoping to hit rim at the very least this time. He does that, but misses. Latham Chandler on the rebound. Evanston with a new lineup. Burke Thomas coming into the contest as well. 5:30. Dawson Crofts, the lone starter in today's game on the court for either side. Pass, high-low, Latham in the blocks, tries to step through a double team, works back outside to Crofts. He'll drive in, put it up off the glass, again no good. Casey Perriman trying to come in with the rebound from behind, but it's taken away. Blake Palmer on the board. Palmer gives off to Bradshaw, who moves it across the timeline. 5:15 left, throwing it over to Palmer. Looking down low to Turner, goes to work against Chandler. Up and down, nice work by Turner. 53-18 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Casey Perriman on the left wing. Has Palmer on him, screen to the right side, goes away from it, skies up, Perriman good. Casey Perriman's an athletic slasher. You don't get to see him in varsity play too much this year, but watching some JV games, he attacks the rim with veracity. Timeout taken by Lyman, and we'll take one as well in this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talked to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry. Just let T-Bar fix your car.
Fourth quarter at Red Devil Gymnasium. Evanston with a big lead over Lyman, 55-18 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Final half of the fourth quarter approaching, 4:44 left on the clock. Bradshaw to Palmer, takes a screen, down low, looking for it. Palmer shoots, no good, airballed it himself. Latham Chandler let the ball go off his, and it looked like his shin, and Palmer will inbound for Lyman. Palmer looking for Brewer, then to Bradshaw, then to Turner. Takes it on the left block, loses his dribble. Braxton Lynn comes up with it, has Baxter calling it for it to the right. He grabs it, throws it up wildly, misses. Perriman can't pull down the board, but last touched out of bounds by Brewer and Turner. Back to Evanston. Clock stops at 4:24. Inbound to Burke Thomas, wearing 4 today. He was 14 most of the year, and yesterday's contest when he saw some time in overtime. Evanston needing a three-point shooter late in the game, and Seth Lloyd having already fouled out. Burke Thomas, the sophomore, was the next best option. Thomas, a future varsity impact player, getting some limited minutes this year. Down low, Braxton Lynn takes a pass from David Baxter, fouled by Brewer. Team foul number 7 puts Lind on the line for a 1-and-1. Third foul on Brewer. Clock stopping a whole lot more with a lot of the JV kids out here. Lind makes the first. We'll see that sometimes. You get JV guys on both sides, and then you say go drop the ball, say let them go play. Don't worry too much about running out the clock. And so you're getting a little more fouls, quicker possessions, all that stuff. Misses the second free throw, and then a rebound and throw out of bounds off the body of Latham Chandler. Can't tell if that was Bradshaw or Palmer or Brewer. It was Palmer that threw it out off the chest of Latham. Had to wait for him to come back. He had to go retrieve the ball from the hallways. Turner on the baseline. Drives in, puts up a shot, misses it. No good, and the rebound into the hands of Braxton Lynn. Ball touched about 3 or 4 players. Thomas quick ahead to Baxter, never touched the ground. Did the ball. Baxter scores 58-18, 40-point lead, and the officials say let's run the clock. David Baxter, his first points of the game. Had quite a few Red Devils score today, and all 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on the Red Devils, recording at least 1 bucket, either at the free throw line or from the field. Again, 58-18, 3:25 left in the contest and a running clock the rest of the way. Turner misses a 3. Rebounded, Palmer, no good, into the hands of Casey Perriman. Thomas takes it across the timeline from the far sideline. Down low to Lind. He's fouled and back to the line. Clock will continue to run during these free throws. Foul number 4 on Palmer, I believe. Excuse me, on foul number 1 on Palmer. I was thinking of Brewer with his 3 fouls. Lind with the first free throw, no good. Jagger Mitchell enters the game for Evanston. Sophomore guard for the Red Devils. Second free throw, I believe it's waved off on lane violation. Let's see what number Jagger's wearing today. 13 is normal JV number. I believe he came into a game earlier this year and had a different jersey number on. I think they just needed to either forgot it or just needed to get a different jersey that matched on the road. 2:05 left, 58-18 still the score. Jump stop, Bradshaw into the blocks. Turner with the left hand tries to go up and around Wade Bowen. Wade Bowen into the contest, 6'8" sophomore. Gives up the points to Turner. 58-20 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Turner with 4 points in today's game. Latham to Lind over right side to Perriman. 1:40 left. Bowen calls for it at the top of the key, delivers it. Over to the left side to Mitchell. Screens for Jagger. He loses his dribble, trying to go cross over to his left and find some baseline space. Bradshaw throws it behind his head. And Jagger will take a 3. Jagger misses it long. Mitchell and Bradshaw fight for the board. Land comes up with it. Lind on Bradshaw. He shoots and scores. Braxton Bradshaw with his first varsity points today. 58-22 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. I believe that's what I just said. Oh, sorry. Oh, got corrected from the sideline. Braxton Bradshaw. I thought it was. Coach has let me know. Down low, Wade Bowen takes a shot and misses it. Back to Bradshaw. Free throw line shot from Bradshaw. Alex misses. Rebound Evanston. 45 seconds left. One of the last possessions of the game, if not the last. see what Coach Cornea says. I think they may be running the clock out. Bowen to Perriman. Evanston will be back here at Red Devil Gymnasium this Thursday at 5 p.m. is when we go on air on KNY 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. 5:30 tip-off for the girls against Green River, 7 o'clock scheduled for the boys. This is when the games really start mattering, and the Lady Red Devils finished the preseason 7-5. The boys finished 4-7.
Hey, run. You got 5 seconds.
5 seconds on the clock. Bradshaw to the corner. Finds Braxton Bradshaw. He's fouled from beyond the arc. This one won't matter nearly as much as yesterday's game did because the clock just kind of runs out. I think they'll give him an on-time free throws. Yesterday, Evanston fouled a guy from actually that same corner as time expired, and that led the game going to overtime. And Mountain View won it, 64-59. On-time free throws for Braxton Bradshaw. His first is up and in. Second one good. On the third to end the game and give us our final score. It's good, all three in, 58-25. The final on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. The Red Devils run away with it over the Lyman Eagles. Take a break, come back, and add up scores, give you those, and look forward to hopefully seeing Coach Cornea come down. Join us at the scorers table here post-game. This is the First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770. The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live. The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Back here at Red Devil Gymnasium, post-game after a loss by the girls, a win by the boys. Let's run you through your Red Devil recap. Final day of preseason. Next week we go into conference, but the Lyman Eagles came to town to open up the home season. And first with the girls, Lyman and McKinley Bradshaw ran away with a second half. It was a tight first half, 17-12. with a Lyman lead. It was 29-15 after quarter number 3, and then 40-23 at the final. Leading scorer for the Lady Red Devils, Corey DeRue with 8 points. McKinley Bradshaw finished with 15 and several steals and blocks as well. 13 points from the freshman Bryce Hansen. A lot of those came in mismatched post opportunities for the freshman wing. Then to the boys' side, it was a quick start by Evanston. They were up 4-0 in the first 20 seconds and never looked back, got the running clock working. And a final of 58-25 over Lyman. Sophomores and juniors pretty much led the way, JV players, for the fourth quarter, as Evanston pretty much sat, and Lyman as well, sat their varsity for the final 8 minutes or so. Evanston again returns to conference play this coming Thursday against Green River. And that is your Red Devil recap. Take a break and come back with scores and more post-game coverage as we prepare for conference play next week. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
Back here post-game at Red Devil Gymnasium, the boys defeating Lyman 58-25. Nobody got into double digits for Evanston today. 9 points from Garrett Berger was the high. I think I said 10 Red Devils scored in all. That'll work for 58 points. 5 from Brady Hurd, just going straight down the roster line. 8 from Seth Lloyd. Dawson Crofts tied with the game high, game high of 9 points. 6 for Lance Evans, that's the starters. And then down the bench, Mason Ellingford, 7. Chris Muller had a bucket every quarter, finished with 8 points. 2 points for David Baxter, 3 from Braxton Lind, all from the free throw line, 2 from Casey Perriman. For Lyman, Jet Dickerson did not score in today's contest. The leading man was Michael Kunzler with 7 points. He had 5 of those 7 in the first quarter. 4 points from Joseph Turner was second highest, and then Colin Rogers with 3. 2 points from Jacob Woodland. Lucas Anson had 2, as did Preston Brewer, and then 5 points from Braxton Bradshaw. That was actually the second highest, but that all came in the last couple of minutes in garbage time. Went 3 of 3 at the end of the contest, as once again Evanston fished by giving up a foul from beyond the arc. That one didn't matter too much, but just kind of an odd thing. Got Coach Cornea joining me right now, so I'll start with that. We can laugh about it right now, but we got a 2-game winning streak of something we got to break. That's the second straight game we've ended with free throws from beyond the arc for the other team. That one's a little easier to give up.
And they make all 3 of them.
Yeah, how about I said yesterday, or I said that this morning to you, I don't know when the last time I saw a high school player in a pressure situation like that against Mountain View last night, where you need to make 3 to force overtime, actually make them, and then you ice them, calling a timeout after the first make. Preseason's over. I think for you, maybe, thank goodness, you can leave some of those behind. And then there were some games where you thought we did pretty well. Now you get ready for a conference look. I asked Coach Fessler this, throw the record aside. what do you feel you accomplished that you hoped at the end of the preseason? What still needs work?
Well, I think if anything, we know what our holes are. You know, we know what beats us because we've had losses. And last night's probably key of all of them. We know what beats us. We give games away, and that's what last night was. I don't know if I think, you know, all credit to Mountain View. You know, we gave that game away to them. Now, they were good enough to go take it from us, but we gave that game away. And so I think we know what our holes are. I also think that we've gotten to where we enjoy playing together. I mean, right out of the gates, all hopes of an undefeated season go out. Not that we had a goal, but I think these guys came in with a mentality of, you know, they had a great JV run, great sophomore run that last year was going to continue on, and we had a wake-up call very early that, you know, the things that were easy for us last year and for them in the JV as well aren't as easy now. So I think that we've got some humility, which is key. I also think we're hungry. You know, we're ready to go win games. And, you know, those are things that coming out of last preseason with last year's group. I think we came out of preseason thinking, you know, hey, we're pretty good and we can go roll teams. And, you know, we had a lot of close conference games that we just tweaked, you know, we just eked out at the very end. This year, I think every win they're going to be grateful for. Every shot that goes down, they're going to be grateful. They're going to be working for every rebound. They've got a chip on their shoulder that I don't know that we've had before.
Also happening in interconference play today in the last week of this season. I don't have a score on it or anything, but Thunder Basin and Star Valley were playing against each other. Now we move into the conference season, so all that moving across the state, that stops until we all converge in Cody or wherever the east side's at. I don't remember where they're at this year, and then Casper in the final week for the teams that are lucky enough to get there. Next week, go straight into Green River, this first game. Last year was kind of like seen as their season with that big senior class. They miss out on a state berth, and they come back this year with some pretty good players and a pretty good team. That looks like a very tough matchup right out of the gates for conference play.
Oh, without question. You know, and I think Green River, you know, over the past few years, they've been building to be as good as we've been. You know, and I think this year, and rightly so, they feel like, you know, they've turned a corner, and that in our quad, they're the team to beat. And I don't know if I disagree with them. You know, the Jaeger kid is playing phenomenally in the post. Chase Stoger's a 4-year varsity player. He's seen it all. And, you know, there's blood in the water for Evanston right now. Teams feel that, and I think we feel that. But I also know that these guys, they realize that the season resets, that there hasn't been a single game that has counted for anything that will happen in March yet. But Thursday it will. So, you know, Green River plays fast. I think we've learned how to deal with that. You know, you look at our preseason schedule, Bear River, Judge Memorial, Sheridan, Kelly Walsh. I don't think anybody's had a preseason like us. The thing with those tough preseasons is you've got to use them to make you better. And that takes some mental toughness to take tough games and have it improve you. And, you know, I was a little bit nervous about our guys last night, you know, on the bus ride home, just watching body language. They had a great response today. I think that we can carry this momentum into Green River, and, you know, we're going to be a tough team to beat on this floor.
You don't get 5 home games in a row like we have in past years or 5 road games in a row. You play Thursday in Green River, and then Saturday, 5:30, we're in Star Valley right back after the Christmas break. The one team in our quadrant that we played in the preseason was Star Valley on their home court. So the kids have seen that team. They've seen that team in the exact same environment they're about to, except I think the crowd will be a little bit bigger this time around. But that's another team. You said any team in this quadrant is going to be tough to beat so many times, especially since you've already seen Star Valley once.
You know, and that's why home court is so important as we go through our quad, as we go through conference. We have to win at home. I think that we're good enough to go get some road wins. We've done it before in Star Valley, but it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a different environment on Saturday night for sure. And I think Star Valley, you know, they knew that, you know, that game we played up there, that one didn't count like the one this weekend's going to. So we're going to see a different team. I think they're playing better. They beat Mountain View the night before we played them. You know, Thursday night they had Mountain View. Mm-hmm. So you have to defend your home floor. We've got to win games here. And, you know, we get Kelly Walsh here, which is great. I think that, you know, we're a team that we play well here. If we can get 5 wins and then go get some road wins, then you can be in that spot at regionals to go, you know, play a 4 seed from the other quad. And that's what we need, play a 3 seed from the other quad. But, you know, the teams in our quad are so even that, you know, it's going to come down. I think 1 or 2 games is going to separate all 4 teams.
So every game is huge, every game's important, and there's nothing like, oh, hey, this game, you know, this is a night off or whatever. We've got to have the mentality every night of coming out, working our guts out, and you know, most important game of the season is every game of our season from here on out.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you just say it's good? We have Kelly Walsh coming in.
Oh yeah,
that makes them tougher, right? I don't think coach has ever said, "Oh, good." Kelly Walsh is on the schedule from a standpoint of, oh, that'll be an easy win. Kelly Walsh is a solid team here.
Well, but I'm glad we get him at home.
I'd rather have him at home than on the road.
Yeah, I mean, we see Kelly Walsh on that floor a lot. We have in the past, and I'm glad that we're going to bring him into this environment, and, you know, we'll give him our best shot. We've already seen him once, and they are a very solid team. But, you know, by the time we get to them, and that's a ways down the road, you know, I think we're going to have a little better identity than what we had that first week. And I think, guys, you know, humility is a good thing if it lets you know where you are and it lets you, you know, work harder and adjust off it. And I think that's where we are right now. We know that we've got some holes. We know that we have to scrap for every ball. And if that's something we can learn from these last 10 games, we'll take it.
All right, Coach Cornea, thank you. We'll see you back here Thursday.
Thank you.
Again, no one scores in double digits today. Two men with high points of 9, Dawson Crofts and Garrett Berger. Garrett Berger, the recipient of the Dr. McKay Precision Play of the Game for that second quarter offensive explosion, and just for fun, jumping over 3 guys, all with at least 3-4 inches on them, and getting that transition bucket. That will close it out for us. We'll be back 5 o'clock right here. Same time, same location, KNYN 99.1 FM, or online at mylocalradio.com with the video stream. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbard. See you next Thursday.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Red Devil Basketball. Catch all of the games live or archived at mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in.